So, as you can see, actually, this is a fantastic time to have this conversation here because my 92-pound pitbull is right here inside of the podcast room with us. TikTok has begun to begin the discourse that there is no way that anybody on TikTok would ever lose in a 1v1 to a dog of any kind.
I saw that.
And so now the natural TikTok discourse has begun. Okay, you really think you could be a Kangal, which is a Turkish... it's a Turkish herding defense dog. Oh yeah, go ahead and look it up. Look it up and tell me about how you'd be able to defeat this dog in combat. But for those of you who don't know, a Kangal is at its biggest about 200-pound dog, about 6.5 feet to 7 feet tall on its back legs, and
I can beat this.
Fights lions. Fights not lions, but fights wolves.
This dog is too big for its own good.
It's not a dog.
Let me tell you something.
That and Afghan hounds, not dogs you would keep inside.
As a man who literally just drove back from WrestleMania 41,
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, this dog is too big for its own good.
Okay.
It gets up on its hind legs.
Oh, too big for its own good in that you would defeat it.
Yes. It gets up on its hind legs, gets its paws on my shoulders. I duck. I wrap my arms around its waist. It's coming up.
Yeah.
Body slam.
You're body slamming 200
I'm body
pounds,
slamming
200
it.
pounds of wrath, pissed off fur.
100%.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
100%.
You realize it won't be amenable to the
He's
idea
so
of being body.
lean. He's not gonna. I'm toppling him just from any amount of movement.
7-ish or so feet tall. I mean, there's that aspect as well.
So I body slam it. Now I've got it in
it
a
weighs
perfect.
60 more pounds than you.
Now I've got it in perfect position to hit it with a figure four.
Okay.
To hit it with a Boston Crab.
Okay. 150-kilo backflip kind of thing. Just hit it with a couple of slaps. Get the crowd going to a 10 punch.
You're patronizing me.
I am 100% patronizing you, and I'm happy you were able to see through it.
I'd beat this dog.
You wouldn't
Sweep
beat
its
the-
legs. Sweep any dog's legs.
Here's the thing. There's people who could beat the dog in a fight.
Thanks.
It's not us.
No.
It's not us.
It's me.
You throw Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
One dog? Are you kidding me?
One
Here's the thing.
200-pound dog.
A dog, all a dog has is bite.
And-
That's its whole attack.
Oh, and 200 pounds of lean cut muscle.
No, what I'm saying, a dog's single attack is a bite. So if you just get it by the head and you keep it away from you,
Okay. So you can keep
it
200
can't
pounds
do
of
anything.
pissed.
Yeah, I can do that, is what I'm saying.
Convulsing muscle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, too big for its own good. I'm lighter than this dog in this fantasy scenario that you've
are
concocted.
in all scenarios, you are lighter than this dog.
I wrap my legs around it. Now, how's it getting close to me? I'm attached to it.
What do you think it's Call of Duty? You think you're just going to break a German Shepherd's neck every time it tries to bite you, like somebody called in dogs?
I got my thumbs in its eyes. Minute 1.
How? You think you're fast enough to catch a dog by the face? Sprinting dog at you.
One hand's keeping its mouth from me.
A 20 to 22 mile an hour running dog running at you. You think you can stop in its path, grab it, and get your thumbs in its eyes?
One hand's keeping its face away from me.
So you're one-arming 200 pounds of four-legged mass.
It's not 200 pounds in the head alone.
It is connected to 200 pounds of muscle and sinew trying to drive its face forward.
Look, if I just get my thumb in this eye right here.
Show me, yeah, go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and blind my dog. He's already grown a sty on that eye. I don't think you could beat Neutron in a fight.
Anyway, yeah, I could. I really think I could.
I can beat...
If I just keep the jaw away from me. I'm not saying I walk out ready to go on a first date.
I'm gonna have you wrestle Neutron after this. I'm gonna try and pull him up on you and see if you can hold him in that position.
No, it's harder to not kill a dog.
Oh, you say with experience. He says knowingly.
Yeah. Holding back is the real struggle.
Gotcha. You're like the American government. You have to downplay your power.
I'm like Batman.
And all of these fights. Okay, yes, of course. You're pulling punches like Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Wow, how noble of you.
Thank you.
And of all these,
you're welcome, Neutron.
Yeah. That's why he's come over you. Actually, to show subservience, he's decided to sit at your feet.
Exactly.
So, anyways, yeah, you were at WrestleMania.
I was at
48,
41.
41. And Ric Flair's still alive.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Correct. Ric Flair's alive. Vince McMahon's alive. A lot of people who shouldn't be alive still are.
Yes.
Here's the thing about this WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
I told you I got myself trapped into going to this because last year I sent my mom to WrestleMania thinking that'd be a real cool, good son thing to do.
Objectively was. She had a great time.
Had a great time. Sent her to WrestleMania. She did the whole weekend. Apparently it was a blast. Everyone's been talking about how great last year's WrestleMania was. And then I call her. I'm like, hey, how'd it go? And she was like, it was so great. We're going to have so much fun next year. And I went, meep.
Excuse me?
I went, excuse me?
Yeah. Oh, cool. That ticket was only $700. Times that by 2.
Yeah.
And then John Cena's like, by the way, tickets are now 4x.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah.
So yeah, for not great seats at WrestleMania, it's a lot of money.
You could see the stage.
Yeah.
On the Jumbotron.
Yeah, on Jumbotron. You are basically just watching TV with like
a bunch of other white people.
Yeah, with a ton of people. So then I got roped into going this year, which is fine because I grew up watching wrestling, so I know like 50% of the roster.
You know the names.
I know the names. I know like the beef essentially.
There's Rhea Ripley. Rhea ripping my pants.
Nice. Don't burn out there.
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
There we go. I don't.
Come back to me.
Oh, he likes that.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
But I always liked Ripley's Believe It or Not because they're such dicks about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, listen, I'm gonna show you some fucking Ripley's. You can believe it or not.
You don't think he was 8'9"? Here's a fucking statue, idiot.
But so anyway, so I get roped into going to this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna flash forward
Okay.
to our drive back
Gotcha.
from WrestleMania,
Okay.
where we listened to some post WrestleMania podcasts
It's my favorite thing.
because we wanted to see like what everyone was saying about this.
Yeah. Did we go to a good one?
Did we go to a good one? We want our thumb on the pulse. Everyone that we've heard from has agreed this is one of the worst WrestleManias of all time.
There's 41 of them.
There's 41 of them. I went to one. I had a 1 in 41 chance of getting a good one. And
At least it was at WrestleMania 2. That's elite ball knowledge. You're welcome.
Yeah.
They
Was that
tried
bad?
to simulcast it in a bunch of different areas and a bunch of their streams right now. I watched the Vince McMahon documentary.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
I
I,
wanted to
hear
find
he's a bad
something to defend
guy.
him with.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear he's a bad dude.
I know. That's
Yeah.
why I was like, I need to understand.
Yeah,
what those
you need to be in
liberals
his
are using
corner.
against him. Yeah.
Yeah, the main event is people are saying the worst main event in WrestleMania history.
And that was Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Travis Scott showed up and helped John Cena win the title. And John Cena's currently a bad guy.
For any particular?
Nobody has any fucking idea.
What did Travis Scott do? Did he get the crowd to trample Cody Rhodes or something?
He ran out with a belt and then he fucking...
Just handing those things out?
They just
Gave one
hand
to
him.
you?
Yeah, you just get them. They're just falling out of trees.
Okay.
Travis Scott ran out during the match, and then he knocked out the referee,
Classic ref bump.
which is a hilarious thing. I didn't realize how funny of a concept that is growing up.
Yeah.
But it's so funny to me that you can just fucking bludgeon a ref,
Yeah.
make him unconscious for like 40 seconds to
Yeah.
2 minutes, and then he'll get up after being unconscious, suffering a major head injury,
Yeah.
and then be like, oh, there's a job to be done.
Back to work. Oh God, Cody's got him in a figure four leg lock.
Yeah, like every ref gets gaslit into thinking they're narcoleptic for
Yeah.
like 5 minutes.
I love the idea of no medical team being sent out for the civilian in there with those monsters.
Yeah, so
Oh, he'll wake up. Don't worry.
so the ref gets bumped, and then that allows John Cena to do some nefarious deeds, and then he beats Cody Rhodes.
Nice.
And on top of that, it was just boring as hell because John Cena is a boring as hell wrestler.
Yeah.
He
Doesn't he really have what is his power move? The people's elbow?
He's got, he does like a 5-knuckle shuffle, it's called, where he just punches you in the head.
Sick.
You're laying down. He does a real Big Brother type of move where you're laying down and then he like does one of these. He rubs it off and then he just punches you right in the forehead.
Good. Nice.
He has the STFU, which stands for shut the fuck up.
Yep.
And he just fucking tries to break your knee. So that's tough. It's like a submission hold.
Okay, cool.
So it's where he's like laying on the guy.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
The John Cena laying on a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
How could I forget?
But he's always been boring ever since I like grew up.
He's also 55.
He's also a decrepit old man now.
Yeah. Who's been using steroids for 3-ish decades.
But yeah, the one WrestleMania I go to is apparently the worst one ever.
That must have been a moralizing drive back where you were like, oh, good. Oh, did you have a great time? Yeah, it was okay? And then it's like 5 hours through the worst part of America, and every important voice in the sector is like, could you imagine? Thank God we didn't pay to go to that one. Holy
Thank God we watched that on Netflix where it was airing at the same time. Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, so, but the other matches were cool. Rhea Ripley, we were talking about. Yeah, Rhea Ripley's awesome for the reasons you're growling about, for sure.
You know what's cool about Rhea Ripley?
What's cool?
Everyone's horny for her. Every time. So you sent me a video of like Rhea Ripley wrestling against the lady with the long braid. She hit her right in the face with a long braid.
Something Belair.
And because of that, my TikTok was just like, oh my God. Like my TikTok clearly understood because we were texting about Rhea Ripley. Was like, I know your data. Here's a bunch of Rhea Ripley TikToks. And I went in those comments and it was guys being like, I want to be her hand back. And then it was girls being like, what do you mean she's not for the girls? And I was like, I don't think anybody has had as much across the board sex appeal as Rhea Ripley.
She's a great unifier.
Oh my God, the things I would let her do to me. My God.
Her match was against Io Sky and Bianca Blair.
Nice.
Or Belair.
Okay.
And it was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Aside from Rhea Ripley being the most attractive woman I've ever seen in my life, it was like fucking... I was like, oh my God, am I about to get back into wrestling? Mm-hmm. It was so vicious and so fast.
You sent me like a minute clip, and they were just punching the fuck out of each other.
Dude, they were crazy, and it made me think of a way to tie this into anime.
Okay.
Because I realized that what makes a good wrestling match is the same thing that makes a good Dragon Ball Z fight.
Ki blasts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rhea pulled out a Glock at one point.
Fucking blasted this woman.
Yeah.
And then she came back to life and she started counting for 3.
Dude, I miss when in wrestling they'd be like, oh, the Undertaker's fighting the Undertaker's ghost. Mm-hmm. And like, just fucking, like, people were killing each other, quote unquote.
Yeah.
It was funny because at one point my mom, because we did some wrestling stuff.
We dabbled.
Yeah. In Anime Las Vegas. Yeah. And we got a little behind the scenes of like how it's done and like how much scripting is involved.
Yeah.
Which is to say like 100%.
100% of scripting, yes, yeah.
And I was telling my mom and she was like, well, but you know, not all of it. And I was like, no, well, like it has to be scripted. Otherwise people would like get seriously injured.
Yeah.
And the more people who are seriously injured, the less people that can wrestle. So it doesn't make sense to let people get injured.
Quarterback in football.
And then she was like, well, there's improv though, like when they hit each other, like with a car, like that's improv. And I'm like, if anything is scripted,
that should be the thing. Hey, by the way, we're about to run you over with an F-150.
Yeah.
Hope you're cool with that.
Yeah, I'm like, especially the times when they're hitting each other with cars, Mom.
Apparently the big brawls, like the big, like there's like 12 guys in the ring kind of thing, that's a lot of improv, right?
Oh,
it's just like there's like a general...
They're just flailing.
But if there's just like 2-3 people in a ring, that's 100% scripted.
Yeah.
Still sick, though. And trust me, as people have taken bumps, it still fucking hurts.
Oh, yeah, it definitely hurts. I have scars from LA, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
LA, Las Vegas, Anime Las Vegas.
Gang, gang.
Yeah.
Sounds like the worst girl's Instagram profile you know.
But from LA, Las Vegas. But I was thinking about Dragon Ball because a lot of the more boring matches were like Cena and Cody Rhodes match was boring because it was just Cena absolutely dunking on this dude like a huge one-sided fucking nothing match. And then eventually you're expecting Cody Rhodes to like, you know, get up, do a couple of moves and then win.
Yeah.
And he didn't, like he ended up losing. But even if he did, that'd be boring.
Yeah.
And I find most Dragon Ball movies boring because it's that formula where it's like,
Broly's kicking the shit out of everyone. And
Broly's weirdly the outlier because I like the Broly movie.
That movie is just Broly curb stomping Goku and Vegeta until they're like, okay, we need to be friends here.
For no reason at all, Broly's the outlier.
Yeah.
But like Cooler shows up, just no one can handle him. He's just dominating everybody. Yeah. Then literally out of nowhere, you know, Goku's like, oh, what if you guys all just like pooled your resources into me? And then I get really strong. Yeah. And then he does that, and then Goku wins, and that's the fight.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of kind of like anime movies. Like, they just make it crazy one-sided. There's some random power-up, and then the hero wins.
Power, friendship, powers through.
But, like, what was that last thing you said?
Power of friendship powers you through.
Oh, I see. But with the Rhea Ripley match, it was like a women's 3-way match. And it was so much like someone sets up a plan and then someone comes and fucks up that plan. Yeah. But in fucking up that plan, they succeed in their plan. And they set something up and that plan gets fucked up. And it's so much setup, not payoff, then a payoff you didn't expect. Yeah. That it was constantly exciting. And that reminds me of when they're fighting Vegeta when in the Saiyan saga.
Okay, yeah.
Where it's a ton of like, all right,
it's equal. It's equal, and it's like, oh, both sides are giving and taking here, and then eventually there's an unexpected payoff.
Well, it's equal, but it's also a ton of like, okay, fucking, we gotta try Kaioken, and then that doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Or like, we gotta wait till Goku, and then Goku shows up, and he's fucking up Goku. Okay, I've tried Kaioken, and then that kind of works, but now he's a great ape. Fuck. And then they cut off the tail, and then they're like, all right, let's do the Spirit Bomb. And then the Spirit Bomb isn't enough. Yeah. And so it's just a bunch of like, this is the plan, this is what's going to work, and then it doesn't. Yeah. And then instead of, okay, the plan is this, let's wait like a long time until that plan pays off, and then it works. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not as exciting.
Yeah, I think the best comparison for me would be the Nocturne season 2 ending fights, where it's like they're fighting against Drolta and they're fighting against the Sun God, and it's like, oh, it's a very even fight, and there's like there's 3 people trying to team up on this one person, and sometimes they're getting licks on her, but other times she's getting licks on them, kind of thing. That to me is the most interesting, but that's the hardest to write. Because it's so easy to just be like, oh, look at this Herculean figure, you're stronger now, you win. Yeah. Like, it's like 3 beats. Yeah. But like this, like, oh, to write, like, oh, you're gonna try this, and then this, and then this, and you'll hit here, and you'll hit like that. Is like, it's like 17, 20, 25 beats that you have to get to. Yeah. But if it's just like, oh, lay the smack on him, cool. Like, you can freestyle that. I can freestyle getting my ass beat. But if we need to choreograph, like, I need to hit you here, I need to get you on the ropes, this needs to fall through, kind of thing, that requires more choreography and more work. And you would think for something like WrestleMania, that'd be the work they'd be willing to put in. But maybe they put all the resources into Rhea Ripley.
I would.
God knows I'd try. My God, I would make disappointing children with her. I do not have the genetics. I don't have the genetics
to keep up.
To deserve that. No,
that's got to be tough to be in a relationship where it's so one-sided in terms of attractiveness. We both know.
Already know. Yep.
But when you have kids and like one of them is inevitably ugly, you just have to take the brunt of the shame on that.
Yeah, and you're the one who throws it in the dumpster. Oh,
yeah.
No, okay. Yeah, different parenting.
Yeah.
Okay, which Mufasa that shit? No, I'm kidding. When do you know? At what age do you know that your kid's ugly? That's a late game revelation.
If I have an ugly baby, I'm getting a wicked spiral.
Unfortunately, somebody who's most likely gonna have a white baby, you're gonna have an ugly baby.
Sometimes they're cute. The fatter they are.
You'd love Cody's kid. You'd love Cody kids look like the junior version of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He's adorable.
I got a buddy named Kyle who has just a fucking Herculean child. Mm-hmm. Like, this kid is like a Norse monster just clomping around in his baby Timberlands.
Baby Timbs? Yeah. Hell yeah, dog. But we also, outside of WrestleMania, have other news. Me and Danny saw the Minecraft movie together. Yep. And it was actually kind of fun.
It was like so much better than everyone has been saying.
Everyone was being real. They were either like, oh, watch it for the theater experience, or it's the worst movie I've ever seen. Objectively, a fun 90 minutes.
Yeah, objectively, like, not that bad, especially considering
it being meant for children.
Yeah.
And also Jack Black and fucking Jason Momoa being 60-year-old leads of the movie.
I have a crazy take that I'm like not ready for the smoke for, that I like don't even want to say.
Minecraft being a bad game?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't like Minecraft, but it's because I'm bad at Legos.
You love putting shit together.
With instructions.
That's Legos have instructions.
I need a goal. Okay. You know, I can't
you're telling me you just get a box of Legos and you're just bad at putting the box of Legos into anything interesting?
Yes, yeah.
Gotcha.
Some kids are into that.
Like master Lego builders. I mean, I don't even build the Lego sets I have.
Yeah.
So I can hardly. I'm not even a Lego guy. I hate putting shit together. It feels like I put IKEA furniture together, and I'm like that.
There's a room full of put together statues and IKEA.
These, I like putting together, but only because these are like 12 pieces max.
Yeah, that's
they're
fair.
Like the big Buddha on Sengoku is like 80 pounds, and you just slide that in there, and also it's so satisfying because it's big. A Lego set is like, oh look at I built I built a flower
Yeah.
out of 561 Legos.
Yeah,
Like,
don't
no.
touch it. It'll shatter like
Yeah,
a snowflake.
That is like 100 pounds and it's sick as hell.
Yeah.
That'll cut you. It has cut me before.
Yeah, the Vegeta?
The Vegeta's cut me
the
before.
Vegeta's sharp.
It's so sharp, dude. It's a dangerous weapon. What was your Minecraft hot take?
I don't understand why everybody is like, yeah, like the Minecraft movie's not good. It's a terrible movie, but the theater experience is fun.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that same energy isn't directed at the Sonic movies. This is not significantly worse or even worse at all than the Sonic movies. Am I correct?
I don't know. I haven't seen a Sonic movie since 2.
And you saw that like not even a year ago.
It was bad. I'm not going to sit here and say that Sonic 2 was good. Like I said, I'm not a Sonic fan. Like I'm a bigger fan of Minecraft than I am of Sonic. So like when they were like, oh, the Technoblade reference, and then they're like, we're going to mine and we're going to craft. And I was like, if you go in with an open mind, boy, oh boy, is it a good time. And I think probably that's how you should approach Sonic. I'd say Sonic is probably a better movie.
I don't think it is.
I don't know. Because like
This was so fine.
it was fun. It was beyond fine. It was a good time.
I feel like there was maybe one, there's no joke that made me like wither up and recede into my chair like in the Sonic movies.
There was some bad acting.
Yeah.
There was some really bad acting.
Yeah, there is some bad acting.
I don't know. The woman who owns the mobile zoo and the main boy were terrible actors.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like a legitimate joy.
Yeah. Jason Momoa, real fun.
Yeah.
Jack Black's just kind of doing his usual
He's
thing.
doing the Jack Black. I mean, he has like 3 contractually obligated songs.
Yeah. There were some like jokes that I like legitimately thought were funny. When the pig lady's trying to stab him, that was really funny.
I wouldn't do it again. Keeps trying to like haphazardly stab him. Very funny.
It's got like 4 knives.
Yep. I love the Jack Black, Jason Momoa 69 scene.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was good enough.
Completely unnecessary. Love that little physical bit of comedy.
It could legitimately be because I grew up being a fan of Sonic, and so I want more out of the movie.
Your Aragorn moment.
Yeah, and I like don't give a shit about Minecraft and never have. So I'm like, yeah, this is like enough.
I'm like the most casual Minecraft player of all time in that I have friends who are way more into Minecraft than me. And then like, we're going to go find the Ender dungeon or something. I'm like, I'm going to build a little house by the river.
Yeah.
I got my paper growing. I got my sugar cane growing. I'm going to make some paper. And I'm going to find a dog. That's what I do.
You know what's funny though? If they wanted to,
Yeah.
if you gave this to somebody with like real intense creativity, this could be like this has the potential to be like an actual incredible movie.
Oh, 100%.
Like the Minecraft movie could have been like way better than like the Lego movie with like a genius writer or director.
The irony of the movie is not lost on me in the fact that the entire movie is about trying to be creative and not stifling your creative process. And it is one of the least inspired, least creative movies they possibly could have
Yeah,
made.
it's pretty whatever.
It is. They just like, it's a bunch of like nostalgia bits thrown at you at fucking 320 miles an hour. But at the same, it's not high cinema, but like, yes, like the irony of like, oh, anything is possible in the Minecraft universe, and then them just being like, I don't know, we gotta, like, the Ender Dragon's not in it. There's like one Enderman. Like, there's not a whole lot of like,
they want sequels.
yeah, creativity. That would be wild. It's making a shit ton of money, so it probably will.
No, yeah, there wasn't any like. At one point, the main kid, just like throws a bunch of shit together, and he's like, "It's a top gun, I guess, like a tater tot gun." And I was like, "You could use it." Like, honestly, Jason Momoa making this weird dual bucket weapon.
Thing? Yeah.
I was like, "That's almost something."
Yeah.
Like, that's almost kind of creative.
It's bigger, scarier nunchucks.
Yeah, they just didn't like. They were afraid to make it anything more than a joke. Like, if he was like, no, actually, this is sick, watch, and then, like, went crazy with it, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of what Minecraft should be. Like, let me make something not intended for the use I'm going to use it
and
for.
show me, like, a form and function as to why that's happened kind of thing. I also think they probably could have leaned into the aspect of, like, nighttime being fucking terrifying more. Like, if it was, like, truly a movie where they were like, oh, we only have 20 minutes of daytime to prep for what is it?
Oh, and it's constantly happening? That'd be sick.
Like, right, is like, we only, like, it's every 20 minutes. Like, you could actually treat it like actually every 20 minutes they're in the nighttime and it's for 20 minutes kind of thing. I think that'd be really cool. And, like, you'd make it like a horror movie where they're like, fucking, like, it's not stopping. We can't stop it. And they're, like, trying to figure out, like, torches and light and shit. But it was fun. It was a fun watch.
You know what'd be cool? If Jason Momoa took the bucket thing and he took the two buckets and started sharpening them against each other.
Oh, he's just doing playful clouds?
He does the
He's just doing Toji, dude? Yeah, that would be awesome. And then they make a video game at the end and it's just Minecraft instead of Minecraft brawlers.
That was so weird.
Yeah.
Is that a joke? At the end, spoilers for the Minecraft movie, I guess.
For the end of the inconsequential end of the Minecraft movie.
At the end, they make it out of Minecraft land.
Yeah.
And
The overworld.
The
They make it
overworld.
back to the overworld.
And they're like, we got to design a game based on our experience.
Yeah, so Jason Momoa can keep living out his teenage dream of being a fucking arcade legend.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, somewhere a villager is getting fucked into high heaven by Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge is just experiencing what that villager knows.
What that knows too. But at the end, they're like, we should make a video game about this. And it's like a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up and not Minecraft.
And not Minecraft related at all. It's all of them in the video game. It's like...
Yeah, it's just normal people.
Yeah.
Like,
so funny.
it was so weird. But
it's 90 minutes. It's a fun watch.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if you like Minecraft, you're gonna enjoy it. If you like Minecraft, you've already seen it. I don't know. We're preaching to the choir here.
it didn't make me cringe violently like some other movies.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough...
We gotta go see Sinners.
Sinners?
I've heard it's very good.
I know, I gotta see Sinners as well. Yes, I want to as well.
I want to.
That's what I meant.
I want to.
But also when Jack Black showed up at night and fought all those skeletons, I was like weirdly like, it was a good fight.
It was hype.
Yeah, it was a hype moment.
He was just throwing motherfuckers off the roof.
It was sick.
He was just taking zombies and just tossing them.
I was pleasantly surprised.
It was great.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
that's all of the things that we need to talk about this week, guys. Appreciate you so much for popping in for our WrestleMania Minecraft movie episode. We will see you guys next week. Danny, you want to say anything to everyone before we go?
Why can't Danny call Sonic fun? I will when it starts being that.
Bingo! All right, guys, that's our... No, we have like 17 goddamn anime to talk about. Little note here before we head too deep into any anime discussion. I didn't watch Guilty Gear. I did this little thing.
Neither.
I did this little thing where, and I think this is how I'm going to start testing anime if I want to watch them, because I'm rewatching Archer right now, and I ask myself,
You've been rewatching Archer since I met you.
boy oh boy, I've rewatched it like 3 times. I fucking love Archer. I'm thinking about doing a New Girl rewatch. I think I got one of those cooking up. I'm thinking about doing a Buddy Daddies rewatch.
Make a new channel where you're just doing your NC Hammer stuff, but with Archer.
There's so much content. I'm in season 4 right now, and there's seasons I haven't even seen. Because I get to like season 5. What happens is I get to like season 5.
Then you're not rewatching Archer.
I get to season
you're
5,
just watching Archer.
And then something else comes out, and then I'm like, well, I forget what happened because it was like 2 years ago I rewatched Archer, and then I start from the beginning because the best seasons are the first seasons. So, but I'm doing this little thing, this little test. It's called Archer or Not. Where if I go, like, I open Crunchyroll and I scroll down to an episode, and I'm like, would I rather be watching Archer right now? And if the answer is yes, I drop the anime.
Okay.
Easy as that.
All right, so Guilty Gear.
I'd rather watch Archer.
Got arched.
Yeah. So
All right.
like maybe when I get to the bad seasons of Archer, I'll get back into Guilty Gear. But for the moment, no.
Okay.
No. Do you want to start with your favorite episode of the week?
What is it?
I don't know.
What do you think it is?
I think it's probably Vigilantes because you loved the cum monster chasing Pop.
Dude, I don't know. This is a tough one, actually. There's a couple of contenders. I do love Vigilantes, though.
It's a fun time.
I just feel good in Vigilantes. I had a note.
It's gorgeous.
I had a note because you texted me.
You
were like, let me get the text.
Oh, which time? Was it when you called it To Be Hero X?
Hold on, we'll get to that.
Okay, gotcha.
We'll get to that. Nick goes, very excited to talk about the cum monster attacking the miner in today's Vigilante episode.
Straight up what happened.
And I had a note because I got to where she meets this dude.
Yep.
He's like, oh, we're talking about episode 3?
Yes.
Of Vigilantes, and I don't know anyone's names yet.
Pop.
Yeah.
And cum monster. You got it. You're nailing it, babes.
She meets.
Fun fact, cum monster. It wasn't my name ever. Cum monster was my father. Call me cum.
Go. Viewers at home and listeners at home can't even begin to understand how awfully the mood shifted in this room. You'll never experience what I just did. It was so sad and so tense.
Oh, good. Good.
I do love a blank was my father, though. That's a good bit.
Thanks.
Boy. So she meets this like leech / eel. They call him an eel, but he's a leech.
For 150% an eel.
He has 11 rows of teeth.
Eels have teeth?
Not that many.
Eel,
He looks like the James and the Giant Peach Shark.
He was a fan of a 14-year-old pop star popping idol who took drugs to shake her hand faster. And we're getting anatomical on cum monsters' rows of teeth?
Just painting a picture.
Okay, yeah.
Cum.
There we go. Bingo.
But, so I had a note that was like, hey, this guy's a little weird, but I kind of like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And then
I like his spunk. Too much spunk.
And then, boy, did I start to delete that note.
Yep, I'd imagine.
He had a silly little design. I liked how he looked.
Yep.
But yeah, boy, he just attacked her straight up.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I kind of liked it from like.
Did you like the part where he flew over those two women and just covered them?
That's crazy.
That was that. They made it so white and so viscous. It could have been any color.
I liked this from like a commentary on being an idol standpoint in the way that you love Oshinoko.
Yes.
I was like, oh, this is kind of fun.
She has to grate her teeth and deal with it because it's a fan, and she should try and like that.
Yeah, like that was interesting to show this kind of like reverse power dynamic where she's like, you know what, like, yeah, they're a fan. I'm a pop star. Like, it is my responsibility to make this a good interaction for them. And then obviously,
hope nobody at home's taking notes about meeting me and Danny.
That responsibility goes right out the window once you start slithering all around us.
100%. If I watch you cover the people in line in your bodily fluids, I'm sorry. I'm flatlining you.
But yeah, it was cool. Like, it was a cool My Heroification of this kind of dynamic and commentary in the way that you're like, oh, Oshinoko is like a cool insight into that.
Yeah. What'd you think of the rest of the episode?
I liked it. You want to explain what happened?
No.
Why?
Because I only got 12 minutes in. You stopped. Hey, buddy, that's why I asked you. Once you grabbed his wet little slippery hand, I was like, yep, that's enough for me this morning. I have work to do. So I was like, I don't need to know what happened beyond this.
Can I be honest?
Uh-huh.
I only got that part. Anytime,
you deflected it so naturally.
Hey, Nick, guess what? Anytime I go, you want to explain what happened? Go back, watch our podcasts. Anytime I say that, I haven't watched the episode.
Oh, no. Pause for 10 minutes while we finish Vigilantes?
We can.
Oh. So, yeah.
Well, I got to that part, and I was like, oh, that, you know, that's
like, well,
the bit.
Finished.
I was like, that's the bit Nick talked about in the text. I was in Wrestlemania all weekend.
You're right.
I was busy.
I was eating breakfast. I was just like, I'm good here. I'm good. You know what happened was I was like my mom. I had to drive my mom to the airport at 11. She was at hot yoga this morning. So I'm watching it in my, what?
How'd you just fucking whip up an appointment in a state she's not from?
Hot yoga? I mean, there's just a hot yoga place.
Walk in?
Yeah, she just walked in. That's
crazy.
For hot yoga. So there's a hot yoga street like a mile away. So she walked there. I'm about 12 minutes in. Right when he's reaching his slimy hand for her, I'm watching downstairs on the big TV. And my mom walks in. And I was like, I'm not about to watch what transpires in front of my mother. And so we just talked, and then I drove her to the airport, and then I just started working. So I have not seen the last 10 minutes of Vigilantes.
Nice. So that was the best episode of the week, I'd say.
Yeah,
that was my
episode.
favorite. Yeah.
Now, can we talk about the other text you sent me?
Actually, let's talk about Fire Force.
Okay.
Because once again, I have almost nothing to say about it.
Next week's gonna be big.
We said that last week, and I'm getting nervous.
We did say that. But there was about to be 3 simultaneous fights going on with different members of Fire Force 8, kind of akin to like, do you remember when they were like going after the 5th pillar, the one with
He just turned into a
the one with radiation lasers, and they're fighting against like the P robot girl, the Toot robot girl, and then they're fighting against the Ash child abuser, and then
the girl that goes ka-ching.
So I mean, they're going to be fighting against her, and then there's another guy who's coming, and then there's also the Leonard Burns Shinra fight, and then those fights are probably going to be going for the next like 3 or 4 episodes.
Got you.
So it's going to be like this is now the fights have actually been kicked off. The Leonard Burns fight isn't probably going to come around into like its full swing until 1 or 2 episodes from now.
Gotcha.
Because there's going to be an emphasis on like the girls fighting against the Cha-Ching girl.
Yeah.
So
I love the way she says it in Japanese.
It is kind of like she just like says it so like matter of factly.
Well, I like it because it's a string of words I don't understand, and then all of a sudden it'll go
Ka-ching.
ka-ching.
Yeah, and you're like, I know that one, baby.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of Japanese and then ka-ching.
Perks up something deep and ancestral inside of me.
Yeah, I didn't mean to agree.
Yeah.
I thought you were just gonna say it sounds good.
Oh, no.
I know you lured me into being anti-Semitic against you.
If I could accomplish anything in a podcast, it would be exactly that. My notes are love Arthur just getting yeeted and no one realizing.
He doesn't show up. Like, they don't answer the question.
And won't for a little while. They're just like, I just love you see one boot and then you count the people in the back of the truck and you're like, oh yeah, it was Arthur. That makes a lot of sense.
I didn't even catch it.
You didn't?
I didn't see him fall out.
You don't see him fall out, but you just like they hit a bump and then you just see a little boot sticking out of the bottom of the screen. You're like, oh yeah, it's Arthur.
That's so funny.
It's great. I love it. And that's, I like specifically wrote that I missed the comedy of this show because, well, not a lot happens. There was like a fair amount of like comedic bits. There was like Hinawa standing up and everyone would be like, don't stand up. He's like, we're rebels now. And it's like, hey, buddy, you've been shooting people for 2 seasons. I think we've always been rebellious.
Yeah.
So the episode was very funny. I also loved Tamaki being like, I'll be front person, I have fire resistance, and then unbuckling her fire resistant jacket.
Yeah.
It's like, good.
I know, when she was like, I'll take point. I was like, do you have to?
You have to.
Do you have to still be in this show?
Yeah. What's it? I mean, are you feeling bad about watching this new season because it's not in ultra high definition Blu-ray? Is that the issue?
Yeah, it's definitely taking off at least 3 points. Everything I review from here on out that's not in 4K Ultra HD
Can only
Blu-ray.
be a 7.
Yeah,
or,
it can be
or
7
lower.
at most.
Christ.
Yeah.
Imagine what 2B Hero X looks like in Blu-ray. Maybe their mouths move correctly.
Yeah, maybe they express.
That's how you push Blu-ray sales. Like, hey, by the way, the upper half of their faces are animated in Blu-ray. I'm like, fucking got me.
Listen, if next episode of Fire Force isn't a banger, I'm really gonna be in panic mode.
It's gonna be very good.
I'm just saying.
It's gonna be, well, okay.
I'm in a bit of panic mode.
I am only not in panic mode because I reread the manga today. I was filming a Fire Force video and I reread the manga and I was like, oh, all of these fights are sick as shit.
Yeah.
I also realized I guess I just re-remembered that the anime just looks exactly like the manga. And you're probably like, oh, all anime looks just like the manga. I'm like, not you. The proverbial you who's listening right now.
The peasant you.
In the history of manga being adapted into anime, I don't think an anime has looked more like the manga than Fire Force. Like let me show you like the last chapter.
You know what's funny? It's kind of off-putting to me sometimes when the manga looks identical to the anime.
You know what's cool about Fire Force? If you type in "read Fire Force online" into Google, you're like, okay, like I want to read it online. You would assume that like Kodansha would be the first place to pop up, like the legal place to find it. Just a pirated website with all 302 chapters. That works perfectly, mind you. Like it's kind of crazy. Yeah, this is like I think the most recent chapter. Just look at how this is actually the anime. Like they just colorized the manga and made it into the anime. It is like bar for bar the exact same thing.
Yeah, this is just it.
Isn't that crazy? Because like you look at MHA and like you're like, oh, the anime has taken some of the detail away. You look at like One Punch Man, you're like, oh, like the backgrounds aren't as complicated, kind of thing. Yeah. Fire Force's manga is just its anime.
It's just the same thing.
It is spot on. But I rewatched. I was like filming a video about Leonard Burns, so I reread a lot of like I think I reread from like chapter 178 all the way up to 200. Fuck, these fights are awesome. The fights are so dope.
I'm excited.
I am, unfortunately, I really wish you had never said that thing to me where you're like, every time a new season of anime comes out, I can feel like it's a coin flip as to whether or not it'll be good. Like you like almost resent when new content comes out. Because that's where I'm kind of at with Fire Force right now. I need them. Like, I love this show so much. I need them to prove to everyone their greatness kind of thing.
So you're also in panic mode a little bit.
The buttons on the panic button is on the table.
Here's the thing. And I could be like over like panicking here.
I think I'm being negative about it because I'm so stressed about it not sticking the landing.
I'm really stressed too because I love seasons 1 and 2 so much. But I was like watching this episode and I was like, there's a lot of still images here, aren't there?
But then they did an impact frame with Leonard Burns, and I was like, well, what are we spending the money on?
I know, I'm there. Like that's why I'm like, okay, if next episode is like the one that they're like putting money into, or like where they start putting in money, fine, cool, I'm hyped again. I'm gonna be really nervous if this is like a late season MHA type of thing where everybody's like why aren't they spending a bunch of money on this? You know,
they've had 5 years, and I don't think Science Saru is literally making anything else.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Like, but the thing is, like, all right, the fight, the still images is when Joker and Shinra both like go to jump, and the thing is that is a 1-to-1 recreation of what happens in the manga, but unfortunately 2 fucking 1-for-1 because it's just the panels. And I was like, show me the motion between. I don't get why they're not doing that.
Yeah.
And that might be because they're trying to fit what is effectively 130 chapters of content into 24 episodes, I think, or like I think they're trying to do
2 cores.
Yeah, which is crazy. So they're just like, hey, we don't have the time to add things to this fight. Like the PNG fight there might have just been because like they don't have time to add.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, hopefully next episode and like the following are crazy.
Yeah,
but we'll just have to see
for that because man.
Oh my god, I forgot to watch Lazarus.
Oh my god, you didn't miss anything. This show is so incredibly unimpressive. It's brutal.
Oh no.
I'll do Lazarus.
Right.
So they basically do the thing where Lazarus is, and I don't know how to word this in a way that makes it easy to understand. Just shit happening.
Okay.
Lazarus is a story of like remember like in the last episode when they were like, we gotta find this guy's got a bunker. We found out this guy's got a bunker. Let's go to the bunker. And then they were all like, they got to the bunker and they were like, well, not here. And then they're like, well, don't worry. We also found out that he's from Turkey or something. And so in this episode, they're like, oh, he was close with this one guy or something like that. Like this episode was cool because there was like a big trans there was a big trans character who was like very clearly supported by the story. Everyone was like dope about it. Like there was good trans representation. There was like a good like Black stories representation, which was dope. And that's kind of something that the creator of the show,
Watanabe.
Watanabe. Watanabe has actually been very vocal on the fact that he tries to add as many different cultures into his stories as possible. He's actually very open about working with like Black animators and Black mangakas and those kinds of things, and which is why he's implemented like a key Black character in the story very purposely. And so that part of the episode is really, really cool. Everything else from a storytelling perspective is just this happens, so this happens.
Right.
And so it's like
well, that's storytelling, babe.
Well, so no, they're like, hey, we found out that this guy used to work with a professor. And then they're like, well, the professor is homeless now, so we need to go get to the professor. And then they get to the professor, and he's like, well, I haven't seen him in years. But I remember him saying that he loves baklava from this grandmother in Istanbul. So they go to the grandmother in Istanbul, and they're like, hey, have you seen him? She's like, I haven't seen him in years. But as they're leaving, after eating the baklava of the grandmother, they're like, oh, what's that flower? And it was like, well, that's a flower that he gave to me. Then they're like, well, that flower only blooms in specific places. So now they're off to go check with the fucking, that specific flower blooms.
It's like a realistic investigation.
Well, that's the thing. But it's literally just like, we did a thing didn't work out, one piece of information. And it's been that way for 3 episodes.
Right.
And just like, we are just doing a little cookie crumb trail. And it's just, it's uninspiring so far as detective stories go for me.
I wonder if people are into it. Let me see.
I also said, if I had a nickel for every blonde who fell without being noticed and who was believed to be a king or a prince this week, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice because there is Arthur falls off the truck and nobody notices. And then there's a moment in this episode where the blonde character is like dressed up as like, they all call him like the prince or something. Like he pretends to be some prince and then he falls off a truck or something and nobody notices. Right. So it just keeps happening. And it's weird that it happened twice.
IGN gave it a 5 out of 10, but we're not really trusting IGN reviews lately.
Yeah, I mean, after what they gave to, what did they give?
Invincible, like a 4.
Yeah, last episode they gave a 4 out of 10. If I had to give this episode a ranking, I mean, I'd probably give it like a 6. I mean, I'd be pretty close to IGN on this one. Like, it's not, the unfortunate part is, there's like I said, it's really like there is a really dope moment of trans representation, and there's like a cool story about like it being like the struggle of being a Black researcher in like a predominantly white dominated space, and so like that part was really, really cool to see. It's just like kind of like how everyone bitches about Disney going woke and therefore having bad stories now. It's like, oh man, I fucking hate when like, oh, we decide to like do like kind of cool minority stories that also simultaneously coincide with bad writing. Like that's the part that pisses me off.
That's tough.
Like, oh man, like where the fuck are you going?
Dog.
He's just in our closet. Because it's like, oh, there's no reason that the Marvels should be bad. Like the Marvels could, like the Marvels, the story about like Captain Marvel and all the other characters, that shouldn't be bad. It's just like it's not bad because there's like women at the head of it. It's just bad because the writing's bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's like fucking like we spend the entirety of Captain Marvel telling a woman that her emotions are too out of check, and she's like the least emotionally convincing character in the entire movie.
Yeah.
And it's brutal when we try to do these minority stories alongside just objectively bad writing.
Yeah, it is very frustrating where like that happened with like Assassin's Creed Shadows recently, where leading up to Assassin's Creed Shadows coming out, everyone, like all of the Asmongold type folks were ragging on it because it was one of the main characters is like a historic black samurai named Yasuke. And they were like, you know, just use
and
it.
then a Konoichi, which is like an accurate, like historical thing that 100% happened.
Yeah, everybody was all like being a dick about like, oh, it's not realistic that a woman could take on all these men, and of course
Like
we're playing.
There's a reason there's a term for a female ninja.
Yeah, and they're like, and of course we're playing as a black samurai, of course, because it's 2025.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you motherfuckers, like, shut up.
Yeah.
And the game comes out, and it's coincidentally not that good, and I'm just like, oh, just make it good.
I thought everybody
though,
enjoyed
please.
it. Everything that I heard was people enjoying it.
It's like the definition of like a 7 out of 10, like okay product, but like in gaming lingo, that means it's like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like no one these days is buying a 7 out of 10 game.
There's
Like
just no need to buy a 7 out of 10 game for $70 goddamn dollars.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people kicking people with Yasuke, and I was like, that seems fun as hell.
there's definitely a lot of kicking for sure. No, it's just like bland. Like the writing's nothing, and it's another Assassin's Creed. Like, but like
well-written Assassin's Creed outside of like 2.
4.
Was that the? It's
pretty good.
the revolutionary one.
No, but I like that one too. That's 3. 4's the Pirates.
Gotcha. Oh, Black Flag.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucks. Yeah, Black Flag is a good time.
Bloop bloop bloop. But yeah, I agree with that. I didn't watch it though, so can't comment.
It's fun. I mean, it's fine. I'm gonna
All right.
keep watching it on account of the fact that I believe it has the capacity to be good.
All right, should we talk about To Be Hero ass?
Do you want to get into 2B Hero ass right now?
Do you, or should we wait?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because that's usually our main event.
Yeah, you want to. So you intro the story here a little bit, Daniel.
So
Can I tell a little sidebar here before we get into 2B Hero ass?
you told me to start talking.
I was texting you earlier today about like you getting here at like 5-ish or something. And while texting you, I had a legitimate. I was like, okay, and I was gonna say like either okay Danny or okay Dan.
Oh,
And I was like, I think Danny's becoming a Dan.
oh no!
Like I think
My youth is behind me.
I think you have a year or 2 left of Danny.
Oh, no.
Because I'm already starting to have the thought of like, I don't think he's a Danny anymore. I'm starting to be like, I'm going to start calling him Dan.
Whoa!
And I think it's probably 20% of the time I call you Dan, but I think your days of Danny are numbered.
I need Dorothy to come back. You have too much goddamn
I
time on
have
your
so
hands.
much. God, I've been spending so much time with Amos, dude. We've been fucking chilling. We've been gaming.
That's awesome.
We're about to beat. We're in the Mountain Pass, which I've never done for Baldur's Gate 3. I went through the Underdark. I didn't even know the Mountain Pass existed. We did bad things to the Yankee, like bad things.
I hear, yeah, you're on like a genocide
We're on
run.
a big like hobo murder run. Like we're
Yeah.
killing everybody who's mean to us.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Nice.
But we're protecting little guys. Everyone
Right.
keeps picking on gnomes. Everyone keeps picking on.
Literal little guys.
Everyone keeps fucking picking on gnomes. And if you pick on the gnomes, I'm killing you. I'm sorry.
All right.
I find representation.
Are there any repercussions to any of this?
I mean, they're dead now. I mean, there's less.
I mean, for you.
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
I mean, I get experience out of it, and
Yeah.
the best part of the game is killing things.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah, man. But we did kill the Dwagar, but they were little guys. But they were mean to the other little guys. The
And that's
regular
tough.
guys. I know.
That's the biggest choice you've had to make.
Which?
Which little guy?
We
No, but I mean, that's the choice.
we killed the Dwagars, but they all get big. They have the ability to get large. So
Oh, so yeah. You
they're
gotta,
little guys in disguise.
you choose the littlest of the evils.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Glad that said, I also backed the Mykonoids, and they're huge. Man, the Underdark sucks. Anyways,
The Underdark does suck.
it's a chore.
Yeah.
It's like low-key a chore.
Yeah,
Continue.
yeah. We watched To Be Hero Ass episode P this week.
No.
Thanks.
That was sick.
Best episode of the show and maybe week.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's so goddamn good. They're so good at telling stories.
Yeah, this one's
They're
so
good at
good.
telling non-expected stories. Oh man. Stand firm, firm man. What a cool
firm man.
What a cool power system.
What a cool power for a terribly named hero.
100%.
Sounds like a Mega Man
It's
character.
better than Hard Man, all right? I'd rather have Firm Man than Hard Man.
What's Hard Man from?
Nothing. I'd rather be called Firm than Hard.
I guess so. Just be called anything else. I don't know. Get fucking
Call him like Stalwart. Call him Bulwark.
Yeah.
Call him
Firm Man. Just call him Firm.
Pillar. Just call him Pillar.
Yeah.
Pillar's a sick hero name.
Also, give that dude some joints.
It's not up to them.
What are we doing?
It's not up to them. It's not up to them. It's like what's crazy is it appears as though the equipment that he wears, the huge like metal leggings he wears,
like created
is
by the
created
trust
around him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I wrote love the idea that the little girl trusting him gave him the strength to hold up the building. So he's a fireman, and he's sick. He's just an awesome dude. This building's burning down. For whatever reason, he's the sole fireman in this building. No goddamn fire equipment on.
Oh, he does. He puts his turnover coat on the little girl.
That's right. That's right. He takes it off. Yeah. But building's coming down. And he tells this little girl that he's like, don't worry, I'm getting you out of here. Yeah. And the building collapses, and then the dust settles, and he's holding it up.
Holding the collapsed building over her.
And they don't outright say it, but because of the way the power system works, I like the idea that because this one little girl believes him, he now gets to hold this building up.
So you see him, like, he drops a knee, and she's like, you can do it, and he, like, stands back up kind of thing.
Yeah. And so that was awesome. Like, that shit was
such a
so
cool power
good.
System.
Great art style for it, too.
Ironically, in a week of telling and not showing because of The Last of Us, a lot of people are upset about...
I haven't seen it yet. I've been to Wrestlemania.
Episode 3. I'm talking about episode 2.
Yeah,
because
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen episode 2, not episode... Oh, episode 1, I'm sorry. Because they have... Abby comes up and she's like, I'm going to kill Joel. And apparently in the video game, they don't say that. And they're like, oh, like, The Last of Us is telling and not showing. They don't show anything. It's like... Or they don't tell you anything. It's like... It's up to us as the audience to infer that the reason that he's able to stand firm is because of this little girl believing in him.
Yeah.
And there is such a cool and like objectively what I thought I had already understood as a power system. This episode does such a good job of fleshing out a universe in which trust gives people superpowers.
Yeah, it is cool.
Fuck, like there's obviously the moment, right? So the biggest moment of this episode is hinged on the fact that a firm man immediately after saving this little girl gets like vaulted into top 10 heroes, right? Everyone's like, he tells the story. He gets on a news broadcast. News broadcast and he's like, all I could think the entire time was like, stand firm. And so because everyone loves his story so much, he now gets to be a top 10 hero, like immediately skyrockets to becoming one of the most powerful people. Except for like, it also helps that he reverse A-Train's a bad guy.
Yeah, did you like that? I like that a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So basically there's this speedster hero that's chasing after his rival, who's also a speedster. And the rival's like looking back and Furman steps out of like a cafe. This is before, and what's cool is you can see that this, like he doesn't have the gauntlets or anything.
Yeah.
Like he's still dressed as a regular person at this time. And so he steps out, but he's still incredibly strong. And the reverse speedster runs into him and just fucking explodes. Explodes like Huey's girlfriend in episode 1 of The Boys.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh man, I need a new coffee.
Yeah.
And just walks back into the cafe.
I don't know why, but I loved like the line delivery was so good when he turns around and goes, hey, my man, can I get another coffee? Yeah. And I was like, dude, this guy's the best.
It's the best. And so he then gets this huge hero, like statue thrown for him. Like he carries the world's biggest boulder in this sick scene. And they carve this thing out of him. And the girl he saved comes there with a scarf, like a classic Aaron Mikasa moment. And he goes, and they don't tell you this directly. As she goes to give it to him, it just shows it the first time it shows it. It's him kind of bending down a little bit. Yeah. And then the guy who's giving it to him comes over and puts it around him. But not until the end of the episode. So in that moment, you can infer like, oh, he can't go all the way down. But like, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's either like, oh, he's being like self-indulgent. He's not trying to get to her level. Or like he's been like hindered by his superpower.
Yeah. And at the end, you find out that he is hindered by the superpower.
Like he's like looking at the little girl and he's like, I can't get down.
Yeah, I can't get lower.
And this is like this like crazy world-breaking moment for this girl because she's like, oh, like the burden of responsibility that I thrust upon him by being saved on him has irreparably changed his life. And it is such a good metaphor for the burden of responsibility and like how we prop up these heroes to become unrealistic figures. So like the second they show any ounce of humanity, they just lose or they fall from grace.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. And it was such a cool, the way that they approached it. Did you like how they approached it with the manga, like the comic that they were making?
Oh, yeah.
Like, so like his rival is Wolf Girl.
Yeah.
And she's like making this comic about him like being down on one knee. Like she's trying to denigrate his image so that he loses his powers and like is no longer affected by the burden of being Fur Man.
So he loses the curse of having to poop at an angle.
Dude, and like they absolutely like they do a good job of like interspersing comedy into it where they're like oh,
They do not do a good job in this episode because in the crescendo of his sad montage, they're like, and also I can't poop right.
And like it's like him trying to like take his pants off and he's like at like a 10-degree angle, like trying to shit like projectile style.
So this guy has to stand perfectly straight, like his knees don't bend by the end of the story.
He can't lay down, he can't bend.
Yeah, he has to be strapped to a vertical bed, and they show him in front of the toilet, and he's like, well, shit.
Yeah, literally. It's in my pants.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, and it's like a fast montage, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? But anyway, go on. Yeah, so Wolf Girl's making this comic to tear him down.
Yeah.
And then just to prove that I did watch this one.
Yeah.
And then she sets up a bunch of bombs underneath his statue, because I guess we're picking apart every plot point of the episode.
I'm sorry. I
no,
know.
I agree. I like
so
a lot
many
about
parts
it.
of the episode that are like subliminally messaged.
Well, so meanwhile, during all this, Nice's manager is like, hey, you need to beat up Wolf Girl to dethrone him from the number 10 spot. And I wrote, fuck Nice, this guy deserves to be in the top 10.
Yeah, 100%.
This is before we knew that thank God Fur Man wants out of the top 10. Because otherwise, like, I was already kind of close to my limit with, like, liking Nice, new Nice. Because, like, during this episode, one, Fur Man deserves everything he has.
100%.
Only the positive
Just like an actual
stuff.
superhero, like who decided to save a child, like run into a fire and save a child.
Just an incredible dude. Love him. But then when Nice is like in the sewer and there's like a chubbier hero like stuck in one of the sewer things.
Loved Pipe Guy.
I like Pipe Guy.
I loved Pipe Guy.
I just liked when it cut away and it cut back and he's like pulling up his pants and Nice is just like, I didn't mean to pull down your pants.
That was so funny. And then he's like, like with an amateur, like he shows like, with a hero like you here, we don't need any of the amateurs.
Yeah.
But he understands that if he takes out Nice, he gets his spot kind of thing.
But that moment made me like Nice even less because I'm like, here's this poor dude trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah.
And Nice just got it handed to him. Just got it straight handed to him because a dude killed himself next to him.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like, I hate that he nepoed his way into it, kind of.
He did kind of nepo his way into it. But I think that's so we can see from, like, an unbiased point of view that, like, like he didn't have to work for it, so he doesn't understand the rise. And so it's going to be, like, a more meteoric fall.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Just because, like, seeing this amateur, like, struggle and try and, like, be a hero, try and make a name for himself, I was just like, man, like, you really didn't have to fucking do anything, did you?
You didn't have to
just stole a dude's face.
You didn't have to kick him back into the pipe like he was an overweight Mario. Like, my God.
Yeah, and then he kills the man.
Well, no, you see the guy get blasted out later. He's got the ring of the pipe around his belly, which is awesome.
Yeah, he almost sentenced him to death, though, because then the sewer explodes.
Basically, he certainly didn't save him. That's for fuck sure.
So anyway, then the sewers explode because Wolf Girl set up all these charges. And then Fur Man is like stuck holding up his own statue.
Yeah.
And then Wolf Girl like has this new civilian little girl like by the throat. She's like, you have to choose either your statue or this little girl. And he does not make the right decision very quickly.
It's almost like he's like, to me, I found that so interesting because he was like, well, if I move, I'm gonna die. Like that's like if he moves.
I was also a bit like that.
Yeah.
I wish he said something because her being like, are you serious right now? Are you not gonna, like, I wish he said that because my note was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Just put the thing down.
I feel like it's a battle of his image, like his perceived image against his real image. So his perceived image is the man who's able to hold up his statue, but his real image is the person who would save that little girl, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like she's trying to coax him into like going for his actual real image. But to do that, he would have to like let the statue go, which would require him to not be firm, kind of thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I also kind of thought that. I had a note. There's a bit where he's like just before the statue falls down, he's standing out there and it's like a bright blue sunny day. And I wrote, oh dear God, no, this might actually look like Arcane. When it showed Firm Man, I was like, this is indistinguishable from Arcane.
I'm so happy you're
Piltover.
finally realizing it is just
But
Arcane
then-
without less pastels.
But then it shows the little girl and I went, oh, never mind, we're good. This still looks like crap. They really,
It is just Arcane without spray paint.
you can see who the budget is going towards character-wise.
Oh.
Any extras really get fucking like,
CG'd?
yeah, get less polygons in their faces.
Maybe.
It's honestly, genuinely, it's just the fact that nobody emotes. Like, the show does look great.
Yeah.
This episode was the best looking episode.
Yeah.
The 2D looked phenomenal as always.
Yeah, they had like a specific Firm Man animation style.
Yeah.
That was different from Nice's.
But also the 3D, like, this is the only one where it really never took me out. That note was just kind of, I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Like, the girl did look significantly worse than he did.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, this was the best looking episode for sure. And then, okay, so I guess we'll keep going chronologically. Because then, so he's got the statue. Nice comes in, saves everything. We find out, well, Nice exposes that Wolf Girl is that girl he originally saved. And so that's why she's trying to tear him down so that he goes back to, like, being able to bend.
This sick
And
moment
shit.
where you see her in high school and she's like drawing a picture of him.
She gets fucking brutalized for truly no reason.
No, but I thought this was so cool because so she's drawing this picture of him on one knee.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, she
Right.
should know not to disparage. She should know not to play with heroes' images.
No, that's not what they say.
Well, no.
They say, Fur Man's no beta cuck.
Well, that's the thing, but there's like a whispered line at
No,
the
I
end
know, I know.
where she's like, well, yeah, I mean that is like he's like, that's not a soy boy, that's my fucking Giga Chad. But they're like, you should know not to play with heroes' images. And I'm like, what an
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
idea in a world where the people protecting you
Yeah.
are completely contingent on like how much we believe in them. So if you draw any like reverse propaganda, you could actually destroy a hero.
Yeah, World War Superheroes' greatest kryptonite is fan art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so it's like it's a social taboo to do it.
Yeah, so
That's so cool.
that is really cool. And then I do love, yeah, I like the group mentality that, like,
Let's beat the shit out of this girl.
say ribbit, bitch.
Yeah, fuck.
But, no, I like that, like, almost it's definitely, like, a play on toxic masculinity and, like, how, and also toxic idolization of male figures specifically, because I like that. Yeah, she's just showing him like bending a knee and this dude's like, my boy would never do that, like he stands tall. And so then it does make sense that like he can't bend literally. Like this, I finally get the hype because this episode's like genuinely a masterpiece.
Yeah.
From beginning to end.
So goddamn good. The fight was also really good.
So she does that. Yeah, there's a fight. I don't even remember it, honestly.
It's
Who do they fight?
it's like Wolf Girl. I mean, it's like mostly like Nice, like trying. It's like Nice coming out and like catching the statue kind of thing.
Yeah. And then at the end, Furman's like, yeah, good on you, Nice. You're the number 10 guy now. You get my apartment. That's kind of
Could you imagine how often you need to move? What a fucking nightmare.
Get evicted.
They built a
'cause you're-
fucking statue for Nice. Are they bringing that upstairs?
What a Black Mirror episode. He gets evicted for being less popular.
He gets evicted for just like it's not even that he needs to move. It's that he needs to leave because he's just no longer a hero.
Like his credit score went down.
Yeah.
But and then there's a bit where he's leaving. Like, Furman's like, all right, I'm out of here.
Oh, how about her going live? Miss J going live.
Oh, yeah?
For like to like make like Nice strong enough to carry the statue.
Yeah.
That was also sick.
God, yeah, it is dense as hell.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah.
That's why I was going like plot point by plot point.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, all this is like a really cool idea.
No, it's really good. And then Furman's leaving, and Nice is like, he's like, wait, there's something I have to tell you. And then he's like, sorry, bud, I got a dinner schedule and I don't want to miss it. And he's like on his way out and he's like, I'm not nice. And then he's like, just be yourself. And I'm like, wow, I love how he truly doesn't give a shit.
He's just like, dude, I haven't taken a shit in 6 years. I have to poop so bad right now.
Yeah, it's just a 9-minute like post-credit scene of him just ripping on endlessly.
Yeah, he's like, oh my God, it hurts. It hurts.
But
oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sitting.
Jeez. Yeah, I love how he's like, no, wait, I'm not nice. And he's like, hey, I don't care.
I'm simply not paid to care anymore, buddy. I'm going to go lay down and eat dinner with my new adopted daughter.
I'm going to lay down for the first time in a year, in like 16 years.
Yeah, I think I'm good on the whole having 400 pounds of metal strapped to my legs. I don't need your baggage to carry along as well.
Oh, but then it ends with fucking Moon or Luna or whatever getting kidnapped and exposed. And exposed for being alive.
Yeah.
I really liked her in episode 2. I so don't need her back.
I think it's gonna be a cool expo. I think that episode 4 is gonna focus on either he has to choose between exposing the fact that he knew about her being dead and tanking his hero score. So I think it's gonna be this thing where like he's gonna be getting exposed, and he's gonna be getting weaker.
Yeah.
But he's like trying to claw back for Moon kind of thing, and then like the conclusion is like the two of them are gonna go off and not be heroes.
Yeah, that's true. You're so much more behind the trust power system already. Like, I keep forgetting the intricacies of it. Yeah. Because, you're right. It's like...
The second he got exposed that, they lied,
yeah, now
trust goes down.
Yeah, now he's literally weaker. And so it is interesting that he's like... Because my thing was, I was like, I don't give a shit about this arrival guy.
Yeah.
Because like I felt in the first episode, he just kind of popped up out of nowhere. I don't really care that he's like trying to he's like a Redditor, you know? I don't care that he's trying to expose Nice, but you're right. It's like, it's interesting because the second Nice is exposed for any lie, that is irreparable damage to his like power. And so that could be interesting, especially if they do a thing where they're like, oh, you had a taste of being in the top 10. Now you're like 300, you lose representation, and now he has to climb. Like, I think that's my ideal, is like, he loses the rep. And then it goes to like, oh, I'm a nobody again. Like, I'm going to become my own hero.
Yeah.
That'd be sick because I
like
got
no
such a
longer
taste.
Nice or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he's like
he's mean.
Like Lin Ling, I think this is his name. Yeah, man. Oh God, I look forward to these episodes so goddamn much every single week. It is in 3 episodes I haven't been this enthralled with an anime maybe ever.
Was that the best of the week?
Oh my God, yeah.
What do you rate it out of 10 this episode?
I've rated every episode of 2B Hero X 10.
Okay, now we'll narrow the scale even more.
Okay. So you want me to rate it amongst the episodes amongst each other? This is the second best. Last episode is the best.
All right, fine. I'm less angry.
First episode is the worst.
I'd go 3, 2, 1, but I'm glad you didn't put 1 at top.
No. One's good, but it's just
too fast.
There's not enough established to be like to also give a shit. Like I don't care about like it's like just to introduce the concept of fear being powerful.
Which is weird because that hasn't really come back yet.
It has. The God Eye is more powerful on account of the fact that the octopus gave him a fear booster.
Yeah, but I mean,
the thing he's wearing is a fear booster.
I'd still consider that not being back yet. Like next episode, it'll be back.
Which will be the last episode of Nice, mind you.
Well, how do you know?
They're doing 4. Somebody DM'd me and they're like, this might be fucking inaccurate, but they're saying it is going to be an anthology. It's going to be 4 episodes.
Whoa.
So episode 1 through 4 is Nice. Whoa. And then it's going to keep telling 4 episode anthological stories of the heroes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So
we'll see.
I think next episode is the last episode of Nice.
Dude, I said this like 3 weeks ago. I can't wait until we're on like week 5 of this season where everything's just like in full gear.
Clicking, yeah.
Yeah, like once Fire Force kicks into gear, this is going to be such a banger of a season.
I was looking at Instagram posts of all like the IMDb ratings of the episodes of the week. Episode 6 of Moonrise got a 9.6.
The fuck is Moonrise?
Moonrise is the 18-episode anime they dropped on Netflix that I got a 2
It got
episodes,
a what?
A 9.6.
Maybe it's good.
If you have to wait 6 episodes, it's not great.
That's not as bad as, you know, the Wheel of Time?
Yes.
That's on
They
season...
made the live-action TV show, right?
Yeah, that's on season 3 right now, and people are saying that, like, episode 4 of season 3 is, like Game of Thrones, like, peak Game of Thrones, best fantasy TV of all time. But you have to get that deep into the show.
Isn't that kind of just the Wheel of Time experience?
That's
a 12-book series where Brandon Sanderson takes over like 7 books in.
Yeah, and people are like, you have to get to that 7th book for it to get good.
Just read the fucking 7 600-page books, but then you get to Brando Sando's best work.
That's why you're like, yo, episode 6 is when it kicks into gear, and I'm like, I like could be brought around to that.
Yeah, because it's not
more than 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's not 3 seasons of hour-long episodes made by Amazon.
Speaking of things kicking into gear.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't have a chance to watch Yaiba yet, which is so unfortunate.
Stanks just keeps loving on it.
I'm so excited to watch it.
Stanks
it looks so good.
He's like man on the street.
Yeah.
Stanks are like our sideline reporter. He's like, coming in here from live. It's Yu Yu Hakusho with modern animation. And I was like, okay, thanks, Stank. Good news.
Like Stank being like...
Stank put us on anime. He goes into Orb.
It's like him. I just had like an image of him being like, it's Stank coming in live. Can you guys stop sending me to tornado zones? Like we still make him do the weather.
I like the idea of us sending him to the anime universe we want him to check out. He's like, there's a fucking kid with a sword. There's a lawless universe.
Yeah. The Stank reporting live. It's still a hurricane. It's been 9 weeks.
I didn't know Twisters made an anime. God fucking damn
it. That'd be really good. Fucking speaking of things kicking into gear, being really good right now. Where do you think I'm taking this?
Devil May Cry?
No.
Oh.
But
Windbreaker?
But I could be taking it to Devil May Cry.
Dude, big fan of Lady.
Oh yeah.
Big fan of Lady.
This episode, I guess we're talking about Devil May Cry right now.
Yeah.
This episode reminds you of
3.
This episode. I like almost want to call this podcast video episode 3 and every other week episode 4 because it's episode 3 of all of these fucking shows.
Yeah.
You know?
That was the idea. I mean, we could be done with Devil May Cry right now.
No, I'm just saying I'd keep watching.
No, I'm saying like we could finish it. Because all the episodes.
Yeah, true, yeah. All right, this is episode 3 of Devil May Cry.
Yes.
This reminds you of any other show that we watched like a season or 2 ago? Also Western.
Other show that we watched also Western?
Yeah.
A Western TV Buddy Daddies?
What do you think Western means?
Western, like as in based in America. Did we drop it?
No. I also forgot until this week that we watched this. And it was like one of my favorite shows of recent times.
Based in America, a Western anime. We watched it in the last season or 2 seasons ago?
Like, I think 2.
2 seasons ago was Ghibli. That was Ghibli season.
1 to 2 seasons ago.
Last season. What the fuck did we watch last season? Soul Leveling.
No, when the fuck did this come out?
Ghibli season, I think.
3 seasons ago? Does that help?
All we were watching was, I think, Blue Lock?
Try 3.
Was that Blue Lock Daima season was 2 seasons ago?
All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos! Yeah. I fucking love Creature Commandos!
I also forgot about it.
Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, 'cause it doesn't register as an anime to me. It was like just one of those
That's
things.
why I said Western.
Yeah, well, I thought you meant like fucking Devil May Cry is Western. I guess also it's probably an American production company, actually, yeah. Yeah, no, it does remind me of that 100%.
The Fish Girls thing. I also referenced it in this episode. I said, say ribbit, bitch.
Fish Girl.
Fish Girl. Oh my God. She dies at the end of...
When you said say ribbit, bitch, I was like, was that something? That was like, I forgot if like Froppy got made fun of and like in her backstory. I'm now remembering that, yeah, it was like fucking, they were like, literally, they were like, say ribbit, bitch to her in high school. Yeah. I was like, damn, was Froppy's backstory sadder than it was like sadder than I fucking remember? It probably should be.
Yeah.
What reminds you of it?
One of my only notes is this dad is so in the right. Which is the same note I had about Ribbit Bitch's dad.
Oh my God, that was so fucking dog. Oh my God.
His wife?
I don't know how to approach this without sounding like a divorcee. So my first note is Lady Batman, because like they go and watch a movie and then Lady's walking home with her parents and like a demon tries to kill them and it gets smoked by a train.
Yeah.
And then Lady goes on to fight demons for the rest of her life. Like, she has the appropriate response. She was like, that was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
This broke up my family. I'm going to make sure this doesn't happen to anybody else. And then her father, who's been studying like demonology for his entire life, is like, oh my God, I was fucking correct. And his wife is like, you haven't gone to work. I haven't seen you in weeks. I watched a man's face split open.
His wife is the most unreasonable person
She's like,
in the world.
We have to simply move on. We have to move on beyond this. And it's like, what do you mean?
I wrote, what do you mean you haven't been to work in a week after seeing a demon? I don't know. I kind of need a bit to compress, to
Outside of the
decompress.
fact of, we just saw demons are real, which confirms that hell exists.
Yeah.
Also, this is what he's committed his entire life work to.
Yeah.
Give the guy a month.
I know.
Give the guy a fucking month.
Yeah. I was like, the fact that he's even like willing to get to any form of work is amazing. The fact that all of them aren't in like constant therapy.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as rehab.
But also, like, how do you therapize fucking, like, everyone's gonna be like, oh,
I saw a demon.
Yeah, so you all have like a mass delusion. Nice.
Yeah. Rehab. Some type.
I guess.
They need to be somewhere.
And yet the mom's just like, oh, we're gonna run this family like nothing's happening.
That's what I mean. It's like, I get that the police didn't buy it. Weird that the police see like a whole
Police
family.
don't buy it if you tell them you got robbed. They're like, okay.
Well, that's true.
All right.
Sure. Yeah, a man took your money in the middle of the night.
Okay.
All right.
You want me to do paperwork?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, cool. I'll fucking deal with it myself.
I buy that for sure. But yeah, they all experience this. And then he's like, I'm doing this research to protect this family. And she's like you protected this family that night at the train station? What do you want him to do? like what? What a weird curveball, like, to just hurt him for nothing.
Your academic husband, your fucking college professor, you expect him to be like, oh, now's the time I'm gonna be a Chad and fight a demon?
Yeah, she's like, why couldn't you have been like that train?
Yeah.
That train would kiss me, right?
Yeah, like it was absolutely, she was like remembered of like a man who picked her up on a motorcycle 2 decades ago. And here, like, we sound like divorced father talk, but fuck, man, he's right.
I know.
Oh, man.
That was my major note of the episode. I was like, because again with what's it called? Fucking Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
That father was also just like doing dishes, and the mom's like, when are you gonna take that disgusting machine off her? And he like turns around just like, what are you talking about?
She's like giggling and like playing with toys in the living room.
Yeah.
She's like, that fucking monster needs to be put in the garbage disposal. And he was like, this is my job. My job is to fix shit like this.
Yeah, he's like, our kid's having such a good time right now.
And it's like,
she's stuck on her back like a beetle, but I'm working on it.
She can only walk 300 steps. It's like, she's 2. Oh my fucking! You want her running miles? Oh no, she's winded walking around as a toddler. Cool, man.
Yeah.
That's why strollers exist.
I love how like shows can't break up a family without one of the partners being
like, deeply unreasonable.
being like an asshole.
Just like be like, hey, I don't like your cooking that much, and I don't think we have money to go out for food. And it's like something fucking. There's so many ways people break up.
I would just love for the scene to start where he's like, I know you're angry at me because I haven't been to work, but I can't get that demon out of my head. And she's like, I'm angry at you because you fucked my sister.
What a fucking funny curveball. Like, 1, you didn't save us. 2, that demon reminded me of the gaping hole that is my sister.
Yeah,
oh, fuck,
just
man.
something completely unrelated.
Yeah. My secondary note is techno Papa Roach is not something I ever thought I'd experience.
Dude, they're doing something right here.
There's a guy strung the fuck out on 30-year-old acid who's like, hold up. Wait. I know we've already played with Papa Roach here, but what if we made it sound like 1999 techno club hits?
Dude, there's just like 6 people working on this show who like are all accidentally getting something really correct.
Yeah,
like,
a bunch of personality hires are being like, I don't know, what do you want to do? And they're like, low BPM techno new metal. And they're like, you know what? None of us are smart enough to say no to that.
Yeah, they're just like throwing pencils into the ceiling, and one guy's just like, or like someone's at the board and it's like, guys, please, like, we have 6 more episodes to write. Can we finish this up? And a dude's like, hey, what if Evanescence came back? And he's like, oh, and like erases the whole episode note.
Or
Like,
they're just walking through an apartment and two parties are going on simultaneously, and one's like a techno party and the other's playing new metal. He's like, you know what?
and he's like,
These could go together.
hey, Jessica, stand right here.
Yep.
This slaps, right?
This is a unique musical experience.
Yeah, just like this show so shouldn't work.
It's just hell yeah, the show.
It's just sick, but it's funny because like Devil May Cry OG game fans aren't happy. Have you seen any of the discourse?
No, because that's not I haven't played any of the games.
No, your whole thing is just Rhea Ripley. That's right.
But
Sorry.
I love Lady. I love strong women. I'm a big fan of the Nightwing Lady too. If we're being real, I'm going 2 for 2 in that universe, dog.
I won't get too into it because it's like spoiler territory, and we'll see how you feel as we progress. But a lot of people are saying they don't like Lady's characterization, which is fair and fine. Like, when adapting something, if they just completely change what a character is like, I'm not going to be like, oh, get over it. Like,
is she like too cool? Like,
they don't like how much she swears, and also she's not like sexy enough is like some of the subtext. But like,
that being said, safe dome of safety.
Okay,
This stays between us.
we're live. Go on.
I've been putting up historic gooning numbers recently, like just like Wilt Chamberlain 100-point games. I finished this episode and I was like, you know what?
And then you finish this episode.
I was like, I'm gonna look up a little bit of Lady Rule 34. I'm gonna see what the fans have been crafting up here.
Love you telling me this while my mom is downstairs watching this.
She
live.
always watches it anyway, so it makes no difference. And I didn't follow through. I just typed in Lady Devil May Cry just to see, because I was like, I wonder if she looks like she does in the, like, if she looks the same as she looks in the anime she does in the game. And boy, oh boy, is she just a schoolgirl with a cannon in the video games. Like, she wears like a plaid schoolgirl, some like crop top with like suspenders or something. And I'm like, I prefer the anime's version.
She looks like a hard-boiled detective without like most of the clothes in the game, where she's like, it's like a white button-up and then like plaid skirt. I think. I don't know.
I mean, it's okay. It is. It's a white.
Yeah, she's like a detective. She looks like Atsushi.
Oh, yeah, because this is what every detective looks like, Dan, right? Knee-high leather boots, a mini skirt that has more...
I also don't think this is a skirt. I think this is just a bunch of ammo pouches.
Yeah, it might literally just be ammo pouches. But yes, she also wears a crop top. Yeah, but then I was getting served things like this, which is just like if fucking Bayonetta was a lawyer.
It does look like Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Anyway... So there's stuff people don't like.
Either iteration I'd hit.
But I'm also like seeing a lot of people essentially being like, I don't know. I've seen a bunch of videos where they're like, yeah, like, I don't like that Dante struggles so much. And like, I don't like that the show's focusing so...
Lady beats him in a fight?
He like loses in a bunch of fights and stuff, I guess. We are only on episode 3.
Gotcha.
But they're like, I don't like that Dante loses so much. I don't like that the show's focusing so much on plot. That's not what the games are about. Hey guys, games don't have to focus on the plot because you get to play them.
Because you're playing them.
Yeah.
I skip dialogue in video games because I want to get back to the punching shit.
Yeah, the show has to be about the plot.
You're not controlling.
Otherwise, there's no goddamn show.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm enjoying it a lot still. I am interested to see...
Big CGI demons, though.
Yeah.
Big CGI diamonds.
That's always tough, but in the show's defense, I'd be more mad if... I thought the whole show was gonna be like that. Like from the trailers, I was like, this is gonna be like a CGI fest, like cheap ass bad show. The fact that it hasn't been that, like, I can handle some CGI now.
Yeah, I mean, the CGI wasn't like atrocious. I mean, like watching the CGI like comparatively to like a lot of the other CGI coming out this season, and you're like, it's not as good. But like, I do love that Dante always stays 2D. He also did his iconic motorcycle attack.
Yeah,
I know things.
Yeah, you should play 5. You'd like it.
I think I played like the first like 10 minutes of it or something.
Yeah, that's cool.
I thought you said it was bad. I thought you said all the recent ones are bad.
When did I ever say that?
Because you were like, oh, they made a remake and then no one liked it, so they made another one.
I said they didn't make money. Yeah, but it's good. How well do you think it's doing? You think it's being well received?
TV show?
Yeah. Think it'll get another season?
I think that we are a stern voice in the community and that when we enjoy things, other people tend to. Listen, I think when we enjoy things, other people tend to enjoy them because we are
so divided. No one likes us lately on most platforms.
Fair and honest. But what I'm going to say is we are probably the most pessimistic viewers out there.
So if we
we enjoy something, there's a fair chance everybody else enjoys it.
Do you think this will get a season 2?
I would hope so.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing a lot of people like make memes about it on like TikTok. Like I'm seeing people like everyone loves the rabbit because the rabbit's like real cunty. So I'm seeing a lot of people like I just saw a TikTok video of like a girl like I think she was it was like there's a scene later on where the rabbit and lady are having a conversation. The rabbit's like, "How'd you fit your balls in that jumpsuit?" And lady basically tells him to fuck off. And it was like two very attractive cosplayers doing this. And I was like, well, if people are cosplaying it and like lip syncing, then it's gotta be doing well.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it does well.
Do you want some numbers?
Some numbies?
Some numbies?
In terms of ratings?
Yeah.
I'll take ratings.
So
I'm guessing the public perception 8.0 flat.
No, so I'm talking about like viewership.
Oh, viewership.
Like ratings.
Gotcha.
TV ratings. Allegedly, what I'm seeing, how do I deliver this to you?
Ooh.
Because it's kind of crazy.
Hot and steamy.
So within its, I believe this is like within its first week or something like that.
Gotcha. I mean, they did drop all 8 episodes, so it's not crazy to assume that people finish the show immediately.
Yeah, so it's within the first week.
Yeah.
Castlevania Nocturne had 9 million hours viewed.
Damn.
Castlevania Nocturne Season 1, that was Season 2.
Okay.
Season 1 had 9.8 million hours viewed.
Okay.
So did better in Season 2.
No.
Yes.
9.8 versus 9.
In
Did
Season
better
1.
in Season 1.
Season 1. Oh, that's upsetting. Season 1 did better.
They're going to make Season 3.
For sure. Then the next highest like Netflix original anime is Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
That makes a lot of sense.
With 14 million hours viewed within the first week.
Gotcha.
And then for some reason Arcane Season 2 isn't on here, but Arcane Season 1 is 34 million hours
Jesus
viewed.
fucking Christ.
Where do you think DMC slots in there?
Oh. So it could be, it's
somewhere in there.
In that entire, so it could be last place, it could be second to last.
Yep.
I think Devil May Cry is a smaller IP than League of Legends. It's a bigger IP than Castlevania. At the time of it coming out, it's a bigger IP than Cyberpunk. I'm going to say it's more...
It's truly never been a bigger IP than Cyberpunk.
You think Cyberpunk 2077 is a bigger IP than Devil May Cry?
Oh, yeah.
It only has one game.
It does only have one game, but like... Cyberpunk was like the craziest, biggest launch
everyone
ever.
Assumed that it was going to be the best game of all time, and then it wasn't that good, and now everyone kind of loves it again.
Devil May Cry was never and will never maybe
have the impact that
that Cyberpunk had. Devil May Cry just simply never had, regardless of how many people love it, like that's just a fact. That Cyberpunk made such a big crater.
I see a lot of, when we're out of cons and stuff, I see Dante's. I see his brother.
I see David.
I see David. Like, that's his brother, right?
From Edgerunners, I'm talking about.
Oh, I see David. I see Lucy 100%.
Yeah.
But like every store sells Dante's sword. Like to me, Devil May Cry feels like pervasive. I'm going to say it had more viewership, less than Arcane, obviously.
Yeah.
But more than Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Wow, you're correct.
Yeah.
It's the second biggest, unless Arcane Season 2 is bigger than all of these, which I assume it would be.
Or it fell off like crazy.
But that seems nuts. But it's the second biggest debut in terms of a Netflix anime.
Crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
How many hours?
21 million.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Christ.
Isn't that crazy?
So much for not being bigger than Cyberpunk.
Yeah. That's so crazy to me. Hopefully it gets us another game.
Edgerunners is objectively better. I think Edgerunners is probably the best thing on that list.
Well, so far, though, if we put Edgerunners episodes 1 through 3 against this, I feel like it's probably comparable. Edgerunners is like, you need...
Back heavy as fuck.
Yeah, it's back heavy as fuck, and not that it's slow.
No.
But it's like a slow burn.
You're lying to yourself if you think the best episodes of Cyberpunk aren't 10, 9, 8, 7.
But it's because it builds. Like, it's building on itself to,
I'd say post Maine's
to an
death
explosion.
is like literal peak fiction.
Yeah.
Like everything post Maine's death is like, oh, this is the best TV I've ever watched.
I hear episode 6 of Devil May Cry is like the best one.
Really?
Yeah.
If you had to take of all the things that we just talked about, what is the best standalone season? Arcane season 1, Arcane season 2, Nocturne season 1, Nocturne season 2, Cyberpunk, Devil May Cry, I guess is kind of thrown in there. And then is that it? That's it, right?
Yeah. Probably Arcane season 2.
Wrong answer.
You think Nocturne season 2?
No, it's Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I would say Edge Runners is better than all of those from a standalone perspective.
Wow.
I would say.
Edge Runners has the advantage of being a full, complete story in one season.
I'd say.
But I really like Arcane season 2.
If you take all of Arcane and run it against Edge Runners, that's a closer race for me.
That's so fair, because that's the thing, is that, Arcane season 2 is so good because I have, like...
Arcane season 1.
Yeah, the front half.
I would say that is a coin flip for me between Edge Runners and the entirety of Arcane. Those are close.
Yeah. I'm also such a, like... If you stick the landing, then you've won me over kind of guy.
Boy, oh boy, does Cyberpunk fucking nail the landing.
They both do, but like Arcane season 2's last 3 episodes, Echo's episode is perfect. And then I like episode 8, it's cool, but like episode 9 with like all the crazy Victor shit and like it was just.
You know what you like
awesome.
about Arcane though? Happy ending. Cyberpunk, not a happy ending.
No, I usually like an unhappy ending. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm turning into you where I'm like, well, it has 2 seasons. So
yeah. I mean, it has a better, longer run, but yeah.
I'm going to rewatch
Edge Runners?
Yes, Edge Runners have a Blu-ray.
Edge Runners would look fucking crazy on Blu-ray.
Anyway, should we talk about our last thing?
Your maybe favorite episode of the week?
It's not.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
However, best episode so far.
You said speaking of things hitting their strides.
Yeah, best episode so far.
I'm telling you, this episode does a really good job of displaying the fact that these are characters. My last note is, and it's specifically for you, I don't get how you can hate on this show. Its characters are so lovable. Its characters are lovable. They're unique individual characters that are lovable for specific and different reasons. We're talking about Windbreaker episode 3.
I was so close to never saying the title. I was like, what if we just keep like not telling people what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Windbreaker season 2, episode 3. It's a lot like Elusive Samurai, where when I'm watching it, I'm enjoying it. When I'm not watching it, I don't remember a damn thing about any of the characters that aren't the protagonist.
This episode doesn't really feature like any fights or anything. It like tells the backstory of Nagato getting wrapped up with Keel.
That's the thing. This was like hidden inventory for me, where I was like, oh my God, why do I care all of a sudden about this one specific guy?
Yeah.
And boy, did I.
It was like a really cool way to like describe like, oh, like he wants to live up to like the idolship of his friend who ends up joining Bofarin. And like, so he steps in to help, and like the head of Keel, like basically cons him into joining it, and then he's just getting extorted and the shit kicked out of him.
Well, so what was my first note is no way this episode is opening with a guy getting bullied and then he gets saved.
Yeah.
I was flabbergasted that they did this again. And then I wrote twice.
Yeah.
Because it happens twice.
Well, so wait, who gets bullied?
So a kid's getting bullied in the very beginning.
Yeah,
Some
there's a
random
random
no-name kid is getting bullied. And then Nagato, or whatever his name is, comes in and saves him. Kind of. But then he's getting bullied.
Yeah.
And then another guy comes in and saves him.
There's layers to this shit.
Yeah.
What was the other time somebody was getting bullied and got
That,
saved?
it happened.
It's
two kids.
The fact that they back-to-back.
Yeah. So that was funny. And then, then he gets saved, Nagato. And then the dude's like, I'd love to have you join our team. And then my note to that is, it's literally a large militia. It's like 600 kids in this thing.
They have a whole warehouse full. It's crazy.
So, there's like a whole school district.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fucking a lot of angry, lost children.
It didn't occur to me in the last 2 episodes just how utterly insane it is that this is like a small town's worth of teenagers.
Imagine getting that many sweatshirts, period. I mean, they're specifically embroidered. You want one.
Yeah, at that point, if there's a gang of like, how much would you say? 60?
Kids?
Yeah. In that gang.
I'm shooting. 60 kids start walking at me, I'm pulling a gun.
I was gonna say, like, I
get nervous when 12 kids start walking at me.
that happen often.
You see roving packs of teenagers, and you're just like, you stay away from me.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if a gang has like 60 teenagers all ordering jackets from the same place, get the FBI involved.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
If it doesn't say like knitting club or something on the back of it, pass that up to the DEA or some shit.
Oh, and then my next two notes are just kind of love this opening followed by best episode. Here's why it's awesome.
Okay.
I really like that it's like the Uno reverse of the typical Windbreaker backstory. Because like I said, the formula of Windbreaker backstory is someone's getting bullied, they get saved, that dude's like, whoa, that guy was so strong and cool, I want to be just like him. And then that guy who's strong and cool is like, come join my club.
We're all strong and cool, we'll make you strong and cool.
Yeah, and they're all best friends and sick and stuff. It's cool that this turns that on its head, and he's like, join my strong and cool guy club. And the second he joins, he's like, the guy who inducted him is like, just kidding, it fucking sucks here.
They're just
and they
beating
trap
the shit
him.
out of a dude in the corner, and he's just like, I want to leave. Yeah.
That was awesome. And that's why I cared instantly. Because then they have him like stuck in insane debt. He's like robbing people on the street. It was just really good.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah.
I also know I was going to predict some ships in terms of like who the community is shipping, because this is big on the boys love each other episode here, as they're all walking back from their child war.
Yeah, there was a bit where the ex-leader of Bufrin was like,
Mia, also aka Gojo.
Yeah, he was like, you want to know why you got so hot and bothered? It's because you love them.
And Sakura Hawker did the classic like blush.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll tell you right now, if you type in Sakura X, you're 100% getting show. You're getting eye patch guy.
Yeah?
Oh my god. Yeah.
He's the most not flamboyant, because he's not flamboyant.
Because there's the pink guy whose entire thing is
he's like, I am a girl, actually.
Yeah, he's like I beat down gender constructs.
Yeah, true. I guess so. Yeah, I buy that though.
But they're just like, you can tell Sho's just in love with this guy, and Sho has probably the sickest character design I've ever seen in anime ever. I love his little dangly earring. I love that he wears eye patch that he refuses to describe or explain why he has it. And then I also wrote pink hair X long hair. So the very effeminate guy who's always talking about how he gets bitches.
Yeah.
The big monster dude with the long hair who's always hunched over. 100% people ship those two as well.
I buy that.
Yeah. So that was my big takeaway, is that people gonna be shipping these boys.
I'm surprised I'm not seeing more shipping out of, like, maybe within like more niche communities that I'm just not a part of.
Simply, it's that. I'm
surprised it's not just like bubbling to the surface more, because I see like Heaven Official's Blessing shit all the time.
Okay, but you reacted to Heaven's official blessing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like on this podcast where I was like, oh man, we talk about like how toxic masculinity leads to the idea that a lot of like men can't be friends in media without being shipped. And I was like, well, like there's examples of it, like Gon and Killua are never shipped together, and like people that like have been on 4chan before. By the way, gone. 4chan's gone. It got deleted. 4chan's gone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, good, very good.
Okay.
But people who have experienced 4chan or just like Wattpad or the deep recesses of AO3, they're like, oh no, Gon and Killua get shipped together a lot.
What is 4chan?
It was like Reddit, but
it was
worse.
like for like beheadings, right?
It was like Reddit, but you like actively had to have your dick in your hand. Like,
yeah,
it was bad.
Yeah.
And so people are like, we're like, well, we're not saying people will be shipped, but they are.
Yeah.
We're just not there.
Right.
Yeah, we just are like,
that's for the best.
I'm watching like Pitbull's like sleep funny on TikTok or something. I don't my internet presence is so holistic.
Yeah, my TikTok feed right now is people almost getting killed by trains.
Oh God.
You ever been in that pipeline?
Well, if you're on Instagram, it would just be people being killed by trains.
I know people who are in that pipeline too.
That's why I don't scroll Instagram. I don't have a Reddit. I don't have a Twitter.
Yeah.
I have the most censored experience online of all time, and I genuinely think I'm better for it.
Yeah, I bet. No, I know people who are just like scrolling Instagram or something, and I'm like, what are you watching? And they're like, oh, it's crazy. Like, look at this. And then it's a guy dying for real.
Yeah. It's like a guy being like squished by an elephant or something. You see his eyes pop out, and you're like, why the fuck is your algorithm feeding you that?
You ever be on
Instagram?
You ever been on like Reddit, like r/5050 or something like that?
Oh, where it's like 50% horrific. 50. I've never once scrolled Reddit.
Really?
I've never scrolled Reddit.
I'm on there for video game advice.
Reddit for me is informational.
Yeah.
I'm like, or like for illegal streams of sports games, I'm not paying for.
Yeah.
I'm like UFC 312 Reddit, and then I'm on crack streams watching some shit.
Either that, I hate Goodreads. So if I need like a review of a book or something, I'll type in like book review and then Reddit.
Yeah.
But that's
50, I know Reddit 50/50. I think it's a very funny concept.
it's a really funny concept. I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
Yeah, I'm not saying that like scrolling Reddit's bad or anything. I'm just never. It's never appealed to me.
Reddit 50/50 is a great party game. If you're just like scrolling it alone for pleasure, you are a psychopath, right?
Reddit 50/50 is a horrific party game because the victory is a small chuckle and the loss is generational trauma. You're like, oh, a dog, and then your friend's like, that was my brother. That was my fucking brother.
You're just scrolling, and it's just like live footage of like you scrolling, and it's like, what? How'd you get that angle?
You scroll until eventually you are the 50/50. But yeah, really fun episode from Windbreaker. Very excited. I love the end where the guy just gets up and all of the kids are still unconscious in the fucking warehouse.
Yeah.
If they're not dead, they are severely brain damaged.
I like anytime people have a full conversation around a bunch of unconscious people.
And they're just like, yeah, like the sheer ignorance to how bad it is. And this is like a very funny ongoing bit in Archer where anytime somebody's unconscious for like even a minute, they're like, you should go to a fucking neurologist. Like being unconscious is really fucking bad for you.
Yeah.
So fun episode. Is that all we have this week? Oh, The Last of Us, but you didn't watch it.
No, I didn't see it.
Have you seen the discourse around Allie as a character?
Abby. Not buff enough? Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to come out and say it. The actress, supremely talented.
I keep calling her Sadie Sink, and I guess that's not her name.
I don't know her name. I don't know any of the names.
Okay.
I know Bella Ramsey. Yeah. I know Pedro
Pascal?
That's the one.
Oh, so you know all the names.
I know.
That might as well be all of them.
That's the two of them.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's also like Tommy, his wife. I don't know any.
You know the titular The Two of Us.
The last of them. Yeah, I do. But Abby... Yeah, no, I kind of agree. Like,
really?
She's tiny. Like, she's so little. And
like, this is a big episode, right?
It's
because I know the game.
It's a big episode. Yeah. And it's just, she doesn't, because of just like her sheer diminutive size. Yeah. It like, everyone's talking about like the muscles are a representation of how hard she's worked over the 5 years. And that I get. I haven't played the game. So like, I'm not like, I need Bella Ramsey to be way harder or something. Like, I don't give a shit about any of the other castings. This one, to me, just felt weird because she is this actual like, 5'2", 110-pound woman who's, like, trying, like, doing, like, acting the fuck out of it. But, like, I just am not intimidated by just on the sheer lack of size.
Right.
And so everyone's, like, there were so many, like, muscular, like, actresses that could have been chosen for this role. This is the one where I do tend to agree with that.
It's so funny to me because all of these people are coming out and being like, Abby's ripped in the game, this, that, what, like 4 years ago when the game came out, 5 years ago? You know what the discourse around Abby was?
Yeah.
That she was too big. People thought it was woke because they thought she was secretly trans. And they all sent the actress death threats because people are fucking idiots and think that actors determine the stories that you watch.
They're just literally cast for the role, and then they get lines, and then they read them.
It's so fun. It's like the people who were like mad that Ariel's black or that Snow White is whatever race the Snow White actress is. Not white, I guess. Something.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea.
But like, it's like, bitch, you don't care about Snow White. Like, all of a sudden, like, Jerkbait 99 on Reddit is fucking the biggest Snow White fan.
I think I like this story about a woman being forcibly awakened from a slumber post on her by a fucking witch that hates her for being pretty, by a man kissing her non-consensually. That's my fucking shit, dog.
Yeah, this dude's like, I like 3 things: Warhammer, pussy, and Snow White. Like, yeah, all right, dude.
So you better keep the white in the snow, baby.
It's like that, where it's like...
You want to know what it was?
What?
It was the rise to prominence of muscle mommies. Now everybody just wants more muscle mommies.
It's just like, that's so fair, and I've contributed to that.
100%.
But like...
Hey, first off, I liked him before it was cool. I'll come out and say it. Always been a big lady guy.
I've always been a big lady.
Always been a big lady, dude. Ever since I saw fucking.
I've always been a big lady.
Ever since I saw what's the fucking Big Medea's home. That was the first one.
Medea.
My first
Tyler
love.
Perry.
Tyler Perry's Medea.
Dressed as
It's the biggest woman,
your
objectively.
ideal woman is a man.
Is a man dressed up
as a
large woman, 100%.
In her 40s.
And or older than that.
Yeah, that's so funny. But yeah, no one gives a shit about Abby. Like, all of these people angry about Abby were angry about Abby just existing. Like, they don't care that she's too skinny. What you're saying makes sense, though. Like, because like I said, I know what's coming. And I don't know what's happened, though, so I'm going to tiptoe. But, like,
let's just say
it helps.
They hit the back nine, if you shall, you know?
It would help to be a bigger woman for a scene like that.
Yeah,
like,
it was just like the lack of physical intimidation.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna say it's the actress's fault. Like, it's just like, I don't know. Like, they didn't tell her to put on muscle. She didn't have time to put on muscle. She acts the fuck out of it. It's just like, oh, this girl weighs 110 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, that to me, I was like,
there's also just something sick about like strong, physically like muscular women representation.
Yeah.
That's why I love Ambessa. And like League of Legends, the game has like another Renata Glask is also just like 9 foot tall, like elderly buff ass woman. Alawi is also like a 9 foot tall buff ass woman in League. And it's like such a rare character archetype because anytime they do it, people are like, oh, so what, are they trans then? And it's like, I feel like as far as representation goes, we don't need to be taking away like just femme ripped women for the sake of being femme and ripped. You know what I mean?
To me, it's a matter of like a man feeling intimidated by a woman. Like, it's like, oh, like men like that feel intimidated by the idea of a woman being possibly stronger than them.
Yeah, and they're like, that must be another dude.
Must be another dude because there's no way that a woman could ever be stronger than me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
To me, I saw this discourse was like, oh, we would have so much better like female muscular representation if people like Gal Gadot wasn't cast as Wonder Woman. Like, Gal Gadot comes from a island of Amazonian lesbians who like literally just like work out all day and fight fucking gods.
Yeah, and she's like, like a 5'9", like
5'9", 125 pounds. You know, and it's like fucking Wonder Woman should be like
Rhea Ripley,
Rhea Ripley, or the rugby player who was on Dancing with the Stars. Like, there's been a lot of like I forget her name, but like that's what Wonder Woman should look like. And like comic books and all that have led people to believe that like female strength comes in these tiny packages, and like therefore it's like been very fucking feminizing to all the women who happen to have fucking like boulder shoulders.
Yeah,
crazy. More boulder shoulders on women, though, if you ask me personally. And that is all the anime we have to talk about this week. Do you have a best boy?
What is my best boy?
The Highway to Las Vegas. Maybe your piss boy.
Yeah, it could be my piss boy.
Whatever Dude, wrestling podcast
I hate
you listen to.
that goddamn hellish strip across Las Vegas where there's no gas for 80 miles.
Mm-hmm. Also just called all of between Vegas and all bad. The second you get over the mountains leaving in LA, it's all bad.
Yeah, it's 100% awful. Best boy is, we talked about so much that I'm like, what have I even done that I haven't spoken of? I haven't been playing anything, I don't think.
Oh, I have.
I'm almost done with Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh. It's streaming it?
No, I'm just playing it.
Nice.
Enjoy
things. I'm proud of you.
I know, it helps me enjoy it more. Because I've been playing it, and I'm like, man, this game's pretty samey. Like, I'm getting pretty bored of whatever this is currently. And then I'm like, thinking back on all of the stuff I played during stream, and I'm like, oh, there was a lot of variety. I just fucking was so in like content creator brain mode that I don't remember any of it.
Because you're so like, you're talking to chat, you're clicking through like dialogue, you're like, no one wants to hear other people talk. I'll click through all this dialogue, and you're like, oh, a story's fun when you enjoy it.
Yeah, but so I'm almost done with that, and I'm excited to play the sequel, Rebirth, because that's when it turns into like an open world, like fucking extravaganza. So that'll be cool. So I guess my best boy is Final Fantasy VII Remake.
My best boy this week is also a video game. It's RuneScape Dragon Wilds.
I can't believe you're playing RuneScape at the ripe age of 28 for the first time.
First off, RuneScape, it's a new game.
Yeah.
They made fucking RuneScape 2.0.
I saw you talking a bit about it. So what's it like? Like, I truly know nothing about it.
It's just like, look, it's more RuneScape for sure, with better character customizations. It's still in pretty early access here. Like there's like a couple of skill trees. There's a couple of like key aspects that got like skill trees like kind of stripped from them. Like there's no like archery skill tree or stuff like that. But there's a ton of different classes. And it's just like RuneScape brought into the modern day. And as somebody who was chopping logs and selling, I learned to type by
You played RuneScape back in the day?
Did you not?
No, I never played it.
See, this is why you're diminishing my.
That's where kids go to get scammed, right?
And buddy, did I get scammed? But I also learned how to type because of RuneScape, because I had to learn how to type a rune scimitar for sale as fast as possible. I'd sit outside the auction house, rune skimmy for sale, rune skimmy for sale. Dude, I was ripping letters. I've only put a couple hours in because I've also been playing the Sons of the Forest.
How is that?
Dude.
I hear the story's good, weirdly enough.
I played it when it first came out in like beta, and I played it with it's like a co-op one, so you can play with like 4 other people. But if you're in their universe, they can just progress the story without you. So I would just pop in. They were all playing way more than me, so I would just pop in and they're like, by the way, we have gliders and shit now. So I was like, I'm gonna do a solo run through it. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Way harder than the first one though.
Do you remember like 2-3 years ago a game called like something V? Like it was about vampires, and you like build a little vampire castle.
Oh wait, what? No, I thought you were talking about Vampire the Masquerade, the fucking
No.
Yeah, that one was fun.
It's like a crafting game kind of where you like build. You'd love it. You build a castle.
I love survival games. I didn't play survival games until I made NC Gamer 23. And they were like, you should play Subnautica. You should play Raft. You should play Sons of the Forest. And I realized like, survival games are my favorite type of game. I'm going to play Green Hell after this. I like
can't do it anymore because they're like designed to sink like 50 hours into. Yeah. And I need V Rising. You would love. Maybe we should play that. Okay. Because we got to play something also soon.
Yeah.
Repo. Sure.
Schedule 1.
Sure.
V Rising.
But V Rising, so you like you're a vampire, and you build a little vampire castle, and you're just fucking going out, getting supplies, getting souls, trying to like make little like undead slaves, and you're just like running ghouls. You're running this little castle and trying to make it bigger. My issue is the same as yours, where I had the hectic schedule that I have now, and I'm like, yo, this is awesome. We played like hours and hours of it, like when we all had time, me and my 2 friends. Yeah. And then I like missed one session, and I come back and like their castles are fucking sick as hell. Yeah. And mine's still like 6 stages behind them. And then immediately you're like, this is no longer fun.
And you're like, I don't want to do this because also you guys could just give me the shit that I need because you'll have all these like fucking systems built out. Being quasi single currently has afforded me much more time to play video games.
That's awesome.
I probably average in 3-4 hours a day of video games.
Oh, that's so good.
I am just absolutely crushing games. Because Dorothy goes to bed Dorothy wakes up at like 8 p.m. But she's also on a trip right now, so she's like with her family, so she can't really FaceTime. I'm probably talking to Dorothy like 20 minutes a day right now. I'm real attention deprived. So I've been, like I said, like the gooning numbers I'm putting on has been crazy, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, my best boy is.
Do you have news? Do you have snooze? I also don't. V Rising Survival RPG gets a big update next month, bringing a new biome, multiplayer duels, and biggest combat overhaul yet.
Crazy.
That's my news.
We should okay, huge cross. Baldur's Gate 3 got its final patch.
How have you and Amos like fucked around with it?
So it's like 12 subclasses. Yeah. They gave an animated short, which was really dope. They canonized Karlach and Shadowheart being a relationship.
So can you not have sex with either of them?
No, you can, but like it's like the fans have like shipped Karlach and Shadowheart together.
I can't believe anyone's shipping Shadowheart with anyone.
Why?
She just sucks.
She sucks if you don't play out her storyline.
No, I haven't.
She's like a follower of Shar. Like, she definitely likes the fucking blood goddess until you're like, hey, that's bad. And she's like, yeah,
It's just like in a game where I can play with
They're all bad people, except for Karlach.
But in a game where I could play with Astarion, Gale, Will, and Karlach, why am I?
You just said that Will and Gale are better
Gale's
options.
the best one.
Gale is horny and eats boots.
Listen, yeah, Gale's skittering behind you, trying to munch at your boots.
He's trying to fucking, he was like, oh, is that for me?
Yeah,
and then
listen,
he's like, oh, it's been an hour since they've had a boot.
Look, I'll be honest,
I'd
Gale
rather play with Withers.
Gale do be hungry.
Yeah.
But he has the worst trade-off because his personality needed to be nerfed.
Yeah.
Because he's so fucking charming.
He is very charming.
I love Gale. I keep accidentally fucking him.
If you click like one incorrect thing, you fuck him in like the astral plane. Yeah. I'm like, buddy, Karlach is open with you. Like, you can fuck other people if you're with Karlach, but I don't because
you guys are like this.
I love her.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, hey, Karlach, I'm not gonna touch anybody else. But every time I talk to Gale, I'm like, this motherfucker is gonna try and fuck me, and I don't know what they want from me. And anyways, so if you had to say best characters to worst characters in Baldur's Gate,
Gale
1 is crazy.
Gale 1.
Karlach 1. Astarion 2.
Gale,
Shadowheart 3.
I don't like that.
Lae'zel last. Dead last. Halsin right above Lae'zel.
Yeah, Halsin's just like a bear that you fuck is my problem.
Just the most boring character.
Yeah. Karlach, I have such a nitpick with Karlach, and it's that she's a car. Like a literal car.
Because you can
she needs like an infernal mechanic.
Yeah, you put like fucking coins and shit into her to change her heart engine.
Yeah, like it's just too like, I don't know, it's silly. I like that she's constantly on fire and you can like splash her with water and she'll
smooch in.
Yeah, she'll like actually respond. It's just like the terminology, like when she's like, I need an infernal mechanic, and I'm like, call it anything else.
Call just a doctor.
Yeah.
An infernal cardiologist will work. Yeah. But all right, that brings us to our favorite part of the episode, where we poll our audience for a question that we answer here live on the podcast.
Should we do the game instead?
We should do the game instead.
Okay. We have a game instead because it's Easter.
We have a game instead because technically today is Easter, and also me and Danny are already 2 hours into the podcast here. So we are going to be guessing today. Who made this? Stank texted us, the guy who made it. I want to do a shout out. This is going to be our love letter because this person made us a game, and that's better than any question we could ever.
All right.
That's better than any question we could ever field. So today our podcast listener, the Batman, made us an Easter anime game where we. You do it.
So today we're playing an Easter anime game designed by one of our viewers, the Batman, where we have to. You know what? You do it.
Stop, eh? So today, because it's Easter, we're playing an Easter Batman. Fuck me. All right.
So today, it's my turn.
Okay.
So today, we're playing an Easter anime game designed by one of our viewers, the Batman. We have a list of anime characters that we have to guess, judging by their rabbit ears.
Yes.
You ready?
Should we go every other? How are we going to approach this?
Sure.
Should we do a 7 out of 10 homework? A good old homework play here?
Sure.
Who's going to guess?
I already know this first one. This first one's so easy.
I know a lot of these.
I won't know these. You have to do them.
So
I already don't know any of these.
I'm the guesser here,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So guess the anime / character by bunny ears.
Yeah.
So I can either guess the character or the anime.
Okay. That's fucked. I could do that.
You simply could not do that.
I could do that.
Okay, you want to take a shot at it?
Ready? Want to do 1, 2, 3?
What do you mean? 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. We both say it.
What? No.
All right, fine. I'll do it.
You want to do it?
If I can guess the anime, easy.
7 out of 10.
Yeah.
You get the answer correct.
Yep.
You give me homework.
All right.
Less than 7 out of 10 though.
I get homework.
You get homework.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Number
Number
1, Haru from Beastars.
Yeah, that one was easy.
Number 2,
Yep.
Sanji from One Piece. I'm joking about Sanji, but it is One Piece.
How do you know that?
Bonnie?
No. But Jewelry Bonnie, ironically, absolutely a person from One Piece, not a rabbit.
Oh. Fuck. Carrot.
God damn it.
I watch porn.
Yeah, I've seen her. I'd love to see you get this one. Because boy, oh boy, even I don't know this one.
Is this the one where the kids are in the abyss, made in abyss.
As in made in abyss?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We don't have the answers. We don't have the answers here.
Number 4, made in abyss.
I don't know.
This must be fun for anyone who can't fucking see it.
They never can see it.
Yeah, I guess.
They've never once been able to see it.
I don't know what number 3 is. I'll admit.
It looks like Goblin Slayer. I have no idea.
All right.
Stank didn't give us a thing. You don't know it though, so you're passing.
Yeah, so that's wrong.
Okay.
Number 4, DMC, right? Yeah.
I think that's the God damn it. I
Yeah.
just noticed that. I'm just now realizing I knew more of these than I realized. Oh.
Number 5. Do you know what this is?
God damn it. I knew all these.
That's Toji.
Yeah, it's Toji.
Toji from
Toji
JFK.
holding rabbits from his Megami fight.
It's number 6, Genshin Impact. Do you know 6?
Yeah.
Why can't I see the face? Oh, because I can't see any of their faces. Duh. Dude, I have no idea. Sword Art Online.
Final answer?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
That's the bunny from Shangri-La Frontier. You stupid idiot. That show we watched 10 episodes of, and then we quit because they kept doing bunny shit?
I hate you.
Yeah. That's too wrong.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. What is this last one? Oh, wait. What is this last one?
What, 7?
I don't know this next one.
Okay.
Have I seen this 7?
No. But you should. It's prolific.
It's prolific.
Yeah.
Slime?
Slime Isekai?
Yeah.
Locking that in?
No.
I Dream of Bunny Senpai. We gave away one to the fucking anime man on our first ever Family Feud that we didn't fucking air.
This is whack.
Yep, you get one more here, buddy.
Oh, I got one more? All right, next.
You got one more wrong.
My hero.
Yeah, Mirko. Yes.
Mirko. Lopunny.
Yes.
I know this last one.
Oh, hey, buddy, I don't.
What is this?
This is just an image of a rabbit that's very clearly been caught in a trap.
Name just the anime. If you want bonus points, you can name the 2 characters contemplating killing the bunny, but it may be tough. So just the anime is worth points. You've both definitely seen the anime.
Stank just texted me and he said the answers are a different doc below. So I'm gonna go to the Discord here. You keep. Okay, gotcha.
I definitely know this. I've seen this. I may have even reacted to it. Here, chat, I'm going to show you guys.
Oh, goodness. What? Well, they can tell you. They're going to give you the answer.
I won't read it, but they need to see.
You better stop looking right now. You better stop looking right now.
What's your reaction to it?
I don't remember this scene, but it's a big anime.
I don't think there's any rabbits in Demon Slayer, and it looks like Demon Slayer.
I
guess it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, not at all. It's a big anime. Can you give me a hint?
No.
Give me a...
This is literally homework is hanging on the line here.
Give me a whittle hint.
What would you give me if I was the one to have homework?
Common side effects?
Not Skate the Infinity?
Ah! Yeah.
Okay.
That.
Fuck, what'd I give you? Oh, what would I give you?
What'd you give me?
I would probably give you shit. Katana Gatari.
The fuck is that?
It's an anime from
Give me something on Blu-ray, idiot.
Oh, it fucking might be on Blu-ray. What would I give you? A show that I love that you never... Did you ever watch... Did you watch Death Parade?
No.
Oh, Death Parade Fox. What about... Did you watch... What's the one that was on Hulu that I loved that you never watched? Fuck, it came out. It was like Hulu.
Like something about heaven or something, right?
Yeah, something.
Heavenly Delusion?
No, Heavenly Delusion. Did you ever watch Heavenly Delusion?
Saw like the first episode. Did it get weird? It looked like it was gonna get weird.
It never got weird. It's very
okay.
good. Shit. I don't know what I would give you. Okay, fine. Then I'm gonna give you a hint. Because I feel like your answer is more compelling than my answer.
Give me a tiny little
I'll give you a tiny little, it's two, well, so you know it's 2 people thinking about killing this rabbit, right?
Yeah.
The 2 people are brothers.
It is Fullmetal Alchemist.
Ah! Was that too good of a hint?
No, but I have seen this.
I don't remember this scene at all.
Man. All right, you give me homework.
No,
that's fine.
No.
That's fine.
Fine.
All right.
Coin flip.
I have a real coin.
All right, fine. I'll do.
This is a V-buck.
Give me the
castle or the
I'm
okay.
trying to remember what
Creedic Shaw.
Creedic Shaw. I'll take Creedic Shaw. Hello? What's up?
Creedic Shaw.
Creedic Shaw,
Give me
let's
homework.
go!
Give
All
me
right,
homework.
You're gonna watch. I want to give you Licorice Recoil, but even I haven't finished Licorice Recoil. Go ahead and watch Bing Bom Boom, Bom Bom, Bing 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 Boom. I want to give you like almost something really bad.
Bing Bong Bong Bing.
No. Watch Restoria.
Okay.
Watch Restoria.
Sure.
It's awesome.
That's topical.
You'll love and Skate the Infinity isn't?
It is.
How is Skate the Infinity more topical than Restoria?
OVA just came out like a month ago. Yeah.
Okay, but you watch all of the shit that comes out on a weekly basis because it's our job, Danny.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that you're not watching that I am watching.
Heavenly Delusion gets a little bit weird.
It doesn't get that weird. I mean, there's definitely some like SA scenes, but like it's not like cool, that was sick that we did that. Like there's
they turned it around. They said maybe not weird, but kind of sad and traumatizing.
yeah, sad and traumatizing is absolutely the way that it goes.
Yeah, I was definitely talking about like weird, like anime weird, like incest shit.
No, they never get that far. I'm trying to think of something that would be topical that you should watch. I'll
do Astoria.
do Astoria.
Yeah, I don't give a dip.
It's fun.
It looks fun. How many episodes is it?
12.
Nice.
Yeah, it's only one season.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, that's all we got. We appreciate you checking in with us. We appreciate you clicking in for another week of Otakus Anonymous. We're having a ton of fun this season. Me and Danny are going to film a Patreon episode next week. We can't do it this week because Danny's mom is in town, and we're going to get dinner with her in like a half hour. And usually we do it after the podcast. Sorry, we've both been slammed, but my schedule is about to open up exponentially here in the next couple of weeks. So me and Danny want to do a playthrough for our next one. You know what we can do? Oh, Danny, you know what we should do? Split Fiction.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Oh my God, we should do Split Fiction.
Sure.
We can be angry at each other.
Sure.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so me and Danny are gonna play Split Fiction, which is essentially It Takes Two, but apparently harder and less about divorce. So we love you guys so much. I've been Samber23, also known as the Weeb Commander. Daniel.
I've been Danny Motta.
Cool. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.